Tonight's guest is Bigfoot FOIA expert Eric Palacios.
One of these days will be the one. Looking for answers. What a disaster. These are the days my heart goes numb. My heart goes numb. Of the ashes, the spirits light up the night, looking down the
Now, we're live from the Untold Radio Network. It's Untold Radio AM with Monster Quest producer, host Doug Hajicek, and co-host Jeff Perrella Jr. Untold Radio AM is going live right now. This show is for entertainment purposes only. Yep, that's the ticket. Now here are your Untold Radio AM hosts, Doug Hajicek and Jeff Perrella Jr.
And here we are.
Hello. Hey, could you have that change to, here's what's left of our Untold Radio hosts? We both had a week, didn't we?
Yeah, that's fair to say.
Anyhow, welcome everybody. We might be a little thin on audience, but maybe not. Well, things got out of hand today and they couldn't get any of the invites out and all that stuff. So we'll see.
They'll find us.
They'll find us. You're going to have to find us on your own. But anyhow, so tonight we have back for the whole show, Eric. I can never say his last name. Eric's a friend, and I can't say his last name. What does that say about me?
You're a terrible friend.
Yeah. By the way, your mic sounds weird.
Does it?
I don't think your mic's actually on. I think your mic, you're using your computer mic. Pretty sure.
No.
Yeah. All I hear is room noise.
Well, that's weird. Let me.
Tap on your mic. This is how you talk. Tap on your mic. Tap on it. Yeah. See, no sound. Your mic's not on. You might have to go in and make sure you've picked your
Check. How's that?
There you go. Now it's on.
All right. Yeah.
It's a big difference when your mic's on versus when it's not.
Yeah.
On.
No, I didn't change anything.
Look, there are electrical gremlins that come in when you're sleeping, and it happens to me like almost every day.
You are a magnet. You are a magnet for that stuff.
I'm a magnet for that. I don't know what it is. It's where little gremlins come in and just mess up all your settings at night. It's weird. Anyhow, so we're going to go deeper into Eric's FOIA work.
Yeah.
And we're going to revisit. Yeah, we're going to revisit one of the greatest mysteries I've ever seen. We're going to visit a Bigfoot cage somebody built underground with about a 1-ton door on it. And I'm not joking.
Yeah, it's pretty wild.
And it's up a mountain. We're gonna talk about it, show pictures of it again. I'm sure a lot of people have not seen this. But first, we're gonna mention a couple of things. One, you can join me and Jeff up at the Timber Lake Lodge
Up Grand
this
Rapids.
weekend. Yep, we'll be up Friday and Saturday. If anybody wants to stop by and say hello and buy tickets to get into the Minnesota Bigfoot Conference, hosted by the, I call him Abe, none other than Abe Del Rio.
The one and only.
The one and only Abe Del Rio of the Minnesota Bigfoot Research Team.
Yep.
And we'll be up there, and we're bringing up Carl Supp, who's a speaker, I believe.
Yep, that'll be cool. He's a great guy. I'm looking forward to meeting him in person.
And you get to pick him up at the airport.
I am picking him up tomorrow at the airport.
Yeah. You got two guys coming in from Arizona. What's up with that?
At different times, of course. Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. About 6 hours apart. So yeah.
We wouldn't want it to be right next to each other.
It's all right. We'll figure it out.
We wouldn't want them to take the same flight. That would be too hard. Okay. Anyhow, So we'll be up there Friday, Saturday, and if you want to stop by, and Jeff will buy you drinks.
I will?
I'm joking.
Okay.
We'll buy you a Pepsi.
Sure.
Yeah, something. But get your tickets for that. And then also the New York Bigfoot Conference is coming this weekend too.
Mm-hmm.
And we can't make that because it's so far away. And we're committed to this one.
Yep.
But you can still get tickets, I'm sure. And that's this weekend. And go to the New York Bigfoot Conference website. And there you can find all the information. Let's see, what else do we have here going on? We have another announcement too, which, really sad. And that is Jane Goodall has passed. But at the ripe old age of 91, which she's had a very long, beautiful life.
Quite a life.
Oh man, her life is amazing. And
amazing person.
Yeah. Let me read a little bit of the official release. It says Goodall's field research changed the understanding of humans' closest relative, obviously the chimpanzee. She spent 60 years studying chimps in Tanzania. And then, of course, her Goodall Institute has kind of become worldwide. In fact, I got a personal tour by Jane.
Amazing.
And Joe picked her up at the airport. And I'm trying to remember why we're there. We were there because I'm a board member of the North American Bear Center with Dr. Lynn Rogers.
Mm-hmm.
And Jane Goodall is also on the board.
Oh.
And so that's kind of how that all got arranged. They didn't just call me out of the blue and go, hey, pick me up at the airport. No. So it was a formal, planned thing. And so we picked her and her secretary up, and it was really a wonderful day.
I can imagine.
Just spending the whole day with her.
Oh yeah, that's incredible. She's just an amazing person, just so accomplished and added a lot to humanity. She really changed the world in a lot of ways.
She was so warm, Jeff. She would hold our hands, not for support, but just because she was just that kind of a loving person.
Kind person, yeah.
Yeah, she was just so kind. But so I'm honored that I got to meet her and hang out with her for a day.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But she was only 26 years old when she first entered Tanzania and began her important research on chimpanzees in the wild. So
think about that way back then too. That was no easy feat just to get there and to be in the bush there was not exactly easy.
No, not at all. No, I don't think I'd have the guts to do what she did.
No,
not at all. I mean, chimpanzees, wild chimps can be quite scary.
Very dangerous, yeah.
Yeah, and they are dangerous, and she had a way with them. She really did, obviously. I mean, she didn't die of, a chimp attack.
I remember watching the National Geographic shows when I was a kid. Just so cool. Stuff that she did.
But they say that she is, and they hold by this, that she is the most famous, well-known person in the entire world.
Oh.
And I didn't know that, but they say you can show a picture of her anywhere in the world, and they will tell you her name.
Wow, that's amazing.
Unlike any pop stars or actors or whoever. And I thought, what an honor to spend the whole day with the most famous person in the world.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it is. Oh my God. And it was funny too, because Joe, obviously.
Yeah.
He's kind of cute in his own right, and Jane was holding his hand. And I think I mentioned that to him. As she went off to go look at a painting or something. We were at this art gallery. And Joe goes, huh? And did his little giggle. Anyhow, that's Joe. But may she rest in peace.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Amazing woman.
What else do we have? All this, of course, reminds me how I took Jeff Meldrum for granted. I took even Jane Goodall,
You think people are going to last forever?
Yeah, we do. And, we idolize certain people, and then we just think they're going to last forever. They're just permanent. They're not going anywhere, and it's just not true. And that made me realize, I did that tribute, whether you liked it or hated it. I did that tribute for Jeff. And I thought, you know what? I'm going to do a tribute for the Four Horsemen. I did that and I posted it on Facebook, and it's got like 5,000 views. People seem to like it. And I thought, well, I'm going to do one for Roger and Bob Gimlin because they really deserve it too. And Bob's still alive. Maybe with a little luck and a prayer, Bob will be able to get to watch it.
Yeah, I hope so.
If somebody knows him, or Russ, I'm going to send it to Russ. But the file is 665 megabytes.
Yeah, I had to lower the resolution quite a bit to get it to upload here.
Oh, yeah. So it's huge. It's a huge file. So I couldn't just like email it to Russ or anything. So I'm going to send him a link tonight. Hopefully Bob can just, take a look at it.
Yeah.
Maybe Bob will hate it. I don't know. But I wanted to do it. It was from my heart. I do know Bob. I even got to travel with Bob down to Bluff Creek for his first time he'd ever been back, and that meant a lot to me.
Yeah, I bet.
John Green was there, and it was really cool. Matt Moneymaker was there. Daniel Perez, Autumn Williams, I believe Bobo was there. I'm trying to think. It was kind of a whole entourage. Dmitry Banyov was there. He was really cool. And he ended up leaving with me then in our motorhome that we were touring the country doing mysterious encounters.
Oh, yeah.
And I just said, hey, come on with. And he's from Russia. And he's like, oh, my God. And he just had the best time. He joined us on all these film shoots. And then eventually I had to bring him into Canada somewhere, I think British Columbia, and drop him off so he could fly home.
Oh.
And I remember just how thankful he was. Yeah, he was amazing. Anyway,
That's cool.
I'm changing the topic. So we can go ahead and play that if you have it. I don't know. What res did you end up getting? Probably.
480. I do it on 480 to get it small enough.
Okay.
It looks okay.
So people, understand this was.
I had to get low res. It was a big file.
Yeah, it's all done it's all done in actually 4K.
Yeah.
But we're gonna watch it in real low res. But go ahead and play it.
All right, here we go.
Will Hall reached the limit. Your amazing footage and great efforts, now filmed well over 21,000 days ago. This is for you. Your success will never be funny. Hit it. On a sunny autumn day in 67, a myth was defined. With luck they carried a whole Kodak fully wide, tracking deep footprints in the ancient California pines. A vision burned through Bluff Creek's horse trail lines. Roger and Bob saddled up to give it just one more try, for a creature known by sketches and stories the world called a lie. 954 frame, a minute on the run, a shadow in the timber, striding in the sun. Some call it a hoax, most swear the truth remains. Oh, a legend was captured in just 954 frames. Out from the log pile at Bluff Creek, she stepped out and showed us her glory, a huge stride so strong and sleek. Roger hit the dirt as his horse spun and bucked away. His practiced hand found the camera that day. A patty move with power, muscles ripple below. Yeah, a strange anatomy in each motion she showed. An odd gait revealing, hips rolling with shock. Ooh, ooh, each step so uncanny. Her knees never locked. She turned her face, Bob, eyes steady and wide, like she measured his rifle. He'd have to decide, was she leading them off down the creek's winding way, or guarding a secret she'd never betray? Roger 16mm just filmed away. 954 frames, a minute on the run, a shadow in the timber, striding in the They stood in the sand, measured the stride, poured plaster by hand. Prints in the creek bed, a story to say. Patty kept walking unbound, and now engraved, a moving image the curious people crave. Why did she walk where the river runs wide? Why glance at Bob with the rifle at his side? Was it proof in the lens or a trick of the game? Still the world keeps turning to those 954 frames. They thought they could cover it, just do it again, but the moment was gone. Did it still remain? The scholars and skeptics, the filmmen too, all left bewildered by what Patty knew. Roger left us early, his dream cut down. Bob now bore the laughter, the scorn of the town, but his word never wavered, his courage intact. A hero of honesty, no one can attack. 954 frames, the film still survives. In the blink of an eye, legends now truly alive. Through the whispers of doubt and the laughter of blame, the forest, the world, and Bob will never be the same. We will all remember those 954 frames.
That was awesome. Where'd Doug go?
I'm here.
There he is.
I'm here.
There we are. That was great.
Anyhow, yeah.
Well,
That
speaking of taking for granted, if you're lucky like I am to have your parents, call your mother. Call your mother. Tell her that you love her. I'm going to call mine tomorrow. It'll be too late tonight, but she'll probably be watching this tomorrow. But Mom, I love you. I'll call you tomorrow. I promise.
Yeah. That's so true. We just take people for granted,
Absolutely.
especially the elderly.
Yeah.
People like me. I'm joking. I'm not elderly, am I? Yeah, I am. I'm thinking, Jeff, you could be my kid. That scares me.
Yeah.
I got kids older than you. Anyhow. But I do, and I do feel bad because I never got to say goodbye to Jeff.
Well, nobody knew he was going. I mean, it's just sad.
Just kills me every day. All right. So what else do we have? Let's go ahead and do our little fast and weird.
Weird and fast news.
Yeah. Is it weird and fast or fast and weird?
I believe it is weird and fast. Here we go.
Okay. I got to remember that.
Weird and fast.
It's time for weird and fast. Yeah! It's time for weird and fast news.
Weird and fast.
That was weird and fast. All right. So apparently a snake or lizard, some kind of fossil that had the properties of both, was uncovered. It was just uncovered in Scotland. So it's a new Scottish fossil of the Bregnathere. And then there's the second word there. Egolensis. How did I do?
Sure.
Yeah, okay, that's good. It mixes a snake-like jaws and lizard limbs, blurring the squamate family tree. So they don't know really what category to put it in.
Interesting.
Yeah, I think it's interesting. It's kind of boring.
Well, there's actually not a whole lot of transitionary fossils. That's actually kind of one of the issues with the theory of evolution, is that there's not a whole lot of there's just not a lot of transitionary fossils. You get one species for a long time, they're gone, then another species for a long time.
Yeah.
Evolution isn't evolutionary. There's not a gradual change. It's all plateaus.
Well, I remember when they used to call Bigfoot the missing link.
Yeah.
That was always the term.
Right.
You always heard, if we could only find the missing link, Bigfoot's the missing link. And I remember that carnival display of the Minnesota Iceman. I think they had on there the missing link.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. The word Bigfoot wasn't kind of in style when I was young. What else do we've got in weird and fast news? We have apparently Mars rocks are now telling a story, and apparently they have for sure uncovered a lake that maybe had life. And of course, you and I know that it had life. Of course it did.
Most likely.
Yeah, but it's like the chances of it didn't have life are far bigger than it did.
Yeah.
So apparently, Perseverance found mudstones with minerals tied to organic processes in the Jezero Bright Angel area, flagged as the strongest sign yet of ancient Martian life. Apparently, confirmation awaits sample return. So they're doing DNA or whatever. I don't know what they're doing. But Mars has been singing about life, as far as I know, since I was a little kid.
Forever, yeah.
Yeah, it's like, do you remember when they thought they were like canals? You may be too young, but when I was really young, it was the Martian canals.
Yep. That was Percival Lowell that did a lot of the
art.
He did drawings of. Remember somebody in chat correct me. I want to say it's Percival Lowell that drew all the maps of the canals and was the first one to really look at it.
I remember my older sister, reading a book on the canals on Mars when I was little, and going, "Oh!" So when I hear stuff like this, it's just anticlimactic to me. Anyhow, next, and apparently, speaking of Mars, 3I Atlas passed near Mars. And that's this interstellar comet flyby that some claim, and still claim, it could be a craft.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Unlikely, but who knows?
And apparently there's a Bigfoot on the craft. You see the Bigfoot there in the far right corner? Yeah.
That's an actual picture.
Yeah, that's an actual picture.
It's an actual photograph.
That was my little touch there. Anyhow.
That's what Bigfoot got here. Bigfoot came here on a comet. Didn't everybody know that? I thought that was common knowledge. That.
It came from Mars. It's a Martian.
He rode a comet. It landed in Pacific Northwest.
And then Kilauea latest eruption ended. Apparently it started, was really powerful, and then ended. And apparently this eruption fired another short but very spectacular burst overnight. Fountains topped 400 meters, but all the lava and everything stayed within the crater. So there you go. That's a real picture too.
Actually, that's an actual photograph. There's Bigfoot there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, where's Waldo?
Yeah.
I may put a Bigfoot in every single weird and fast news.
I think you should.
Just to confuse people.
I like it. That's a good idea.
It's kind of cute, isn't it?
Yeah.
Let's see here. We're done with the Kilauea. And then apparently, this is kind of interesting. 12,000-year desert gallery. They found life-size carvings in stone. Apparently, archaeologists dated enormous rock engravings of camels, gazelles in northern Saudi Arabia, pushing human presence back further by another millennia once again.
And there was a Bigfoot on there too. I'm sure of it. It's just off frame.
No, I forgot to put it on there. I should have. I should have engraved it on the rock wall.
Again, it's an actual photograph.
It's an actual true photograph. Oh my God. Okay, next.
You're losing your track. All right.
I'm slap happy today. Apparently, the mamba bite Now they figured out it has a 2-step toxin in it. So you got phase 1, and then you got phase 2. And apparently it's kind of unique, I guess, to the mamba bite. You want to get bit by a mamba. I'm sure, Jeff, you got mambas living in your yard, right?
Let's hope not. That's
No
a dangerous
mamba.
snake.
I got to just get to tell the story real quick. I was on a plane on my way to Belize, and I had been warned that the fer-de-lances will get you and kill you. Okay, and I kept hearing that from people, like, be careful. You know, when you're walking through the jungle, blah, blah, blah. I was going down with the Prime Minister of Archaeology to explore caves that had never gone in Belize.
Oh.
It was also a great honor. And I was filming for Discovery Channel, and it was one of the scariest, craziest. I would put it in the category of Indiana Jones crap I ever did. To be able to shine a flashlight on skeletons covered with calcite that hadn't been seen in 1,000 years.
Wow.
But I was the first human to see them. That was pretty cool.
That's amazing.
But anyhow, so I'm on the plane, and there's a gentleman that sits next to me. And, you know, of course, we're talking. And I said, well, where are you going? Oh, I'm going to Belize and blah, blah, blah. I'm going to my sister's funeral. And I said, well, what happened? How did she pass? And he goes, she was bit by a fer-de-lance.
Oh, wow.
And I'm sitting with the guy, and I'm like, okay, I better be careful. That was kind of a sign, right? Be careful. All right, so let's see here. Apparently, you can, even after you get the anti-venom, the black mamba can reveal a second wave of neurotoxicity, and then it gets you. So don't get bit by a mamba snake.
Important safety tip. Thanks.
Yes, it's a public service message almost.
Don't get bit by a mamba.
And then the weird fact of the week.
Weird fact of the week.
Is weird.
Hold on.
I'm waiting.
It's now time for Untold Radio Weird Fact of the Week. That is kind of weird.
Now, the weird fact of the week.
Yes.
With Doug Hajicek, Monster
Yes.
Quest producer.
Thank you. Anyhow, throw that weird fact up. This is on the snapping pistol shrimp.
Yep.
And how it slams. Just hang on here. I got to get this up. I can't even read it. Slams its oversized claw. It's got one claw. And it slams it shut, which shoots a jet of water that creates cavitation. Say it again.
Cavitation.
Yeah, cavitation. That's an easy word to say.
Mm-hmm.
We had that going on. Was that Monday? We had cavitation going on. Remember the boat was going really slow?
We did, sure.
Caused by cavitation.
Yes.
And apparently these bubbles suddenly collapse, and it briefly reaches extreme temperatures. I've heard almost the temperature of the sun, which makes no sense to me, how a bubble in the water can reach such high temperatures. It gets so hot, it produces a flash of light. And the flash of light is called, that's your cue, Jeff.
Sonoluminescence.
To make a fool out of yourself. That's, yeah, good job. And it creates a shockwave strong enough to stun its prey.
Yeah, pretty cool. I've seen videos of that.
Yeah.
A little flash. It's loud. It's super loud. And it's a tiny little shrimp.
Yeah, it sounds like a little gun going off, actually. Yeah. It actually does. It sounds like
it sounds like a cap gun. It sounds like a report from a gun. Yeah.
Yes.
Pretty wild.
And then next up, Adam Colt doesn't have a report. We were going to bring Adam on, but we've decided to forego it for other reasons we'll talk about later. But he was going to come on and show us some footage. He just got back from Alabama. He joined Chris Reinhardt.
Oh, yeah.
Our own Chris Reinhardt down there. They went down to a highly Bigfoot active area. And then Adam camped alone in the land between the lakes.
Cool.
And I said, are you scared? And he goes, a little bit. I was talking to him while he's in his tent. He goes, a little bit. I'm thinking, okay, I bet it's a lot. All right, then we have clip picks. Now, these are all kind of on the lighter end, right? I'm trying to keep this week a little lighter.
Yeah, we had a couple heavy weeks. Let's keep it light.
Yeah, let's keep it light. So these are all on the lighter side.
Okay.
And so let's go ahead and you can do whatever you got to do. Hands in the air.
All right.
There you go. All right. Clip 1. Sound is good. Do not carry a mirror like this, Jeff. Do not do it. Anyhow.
That looks fun.
Yeah, don't do that because you could drop it. Giggle so loud you drop the mirror. You'd have 7 years of bad luck. All right, clip 2.
No sound.
No sound. This is a really fun Halloween project. If anybody wants to do this, stick yourself in a jar. So you photograph yourself with your face pressed against the glass or your nose or your cheek or lips or whatever. And then you print it on your printer and then you put it in there. Actually, you can go one step further. You can spray it with some kind of like waterproof clear coat.
Mm-hmm.
And then add green water to it or some, brown water to it and then put it in the fridge. It looks like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyhow. So there you go. Have fun. Somebody's going to do that in our audience.
Yeah.
You know who's going to do it? It'll be Flat Rockland.
I can see that.
And then he's going to show us next week. That's my guess.
Yeah. If you do it, send me a picture.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Anybody. Send it in. We'll show it.
Send me an email and I'll share it next week.
Face in a jar. Stick your email up. All right. Now, next clip is about how women read compared to how many men read. Go ahead. Sounds good.
Killing me, done with the fucking bodies, like obliterating everything is iterated, renegade, mimic anybody who wanted with the pin frame. Don't nobody want it, but they're gonna get it anyway. I'm beginning to feel like I'm mentally ill until.
Have you ever had a dream that you do?
Yeah.
That's exactly how Jeff reads. I know, because he read me a story once, right, Jeff?
Yeah.
I'm kidding. Anyhow, oh my gosh, what else do we got? We've got next is a pumpkin idea. You can do a check engine light pumpkin, which I thought was really cute. There you go, the check engine light pumpkins. You got a battery warning, you got thermostat warning, oil warning, and the regular old check engine light.
That's pretty clever.
That's for you, Jeff.
That's pretty clever.
I know what you'd do. You'd put a Moto Guzzi code.
Oh, don't even get me started on that.
Blinking code on your pumpkin. Anyhow,
on my
you should almost
paperweight?
tell that. We should almost tell that story next time.
Well, I kind of have
Let's
to. Let's
resolve it first, and then we'll tell the story.
All right,
okay?
we'll fix the problem, then I'll tell the story.
Yeah,
of
because it's funny.
the
Right now,
long saga of the Moto Guzzi.
it's probably
The expensive Italian paperweight in my garage.
it's not funny yet, but it will be.
Yeah.
You'll be talking about it for years. Anyhow,
Seems like it's been a year, doesn't it?
Yeah. Okay. Okay. This is okay. The next clip is when the doctor tells you your sugar level is too high. He tells you to lower your sugar. Watch. This is how you do it. There you go. She's lowered her sugar.
Lowered her sugar. I like that.
Yeah. By the way, did you know I used to work in an orange juice company?
I did not know that.
You didn't know that?
No.
Oh, I got canned.
Yes. Nice.
Yeah.
No.
You know why I got canned?
Oh.
Because I couldn't concentrate.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
It's true. All right. What do we got there? Let's see here. I can't even. I'm so tired. I can't even find my place.
You should sleep once in a while. Clip 6.
Clip 6. This is what, yes, good men do. Wholesome good men do to entertain themselves. This is funny.
something fun.
You know what's funny about that? I was in the car with two girls once, and they were doing that, making the little fart noises with
Sounds like
squirting
fun
the
girls.
water out the window. And I thought, okay, so it's wholesome, good fun. All right, clip 7. Sound is good.
Clip 7.
And are there any jokes about ants? Here's one. 5 ants rented an apartment with another 5 ants. No, they are 10 ants. Tenants.
Dad jokes.
That was pretty bad. All right, the next
10
one
ants.
is a very creative use of shadows. I thought this is definitely my clip of the week pick. It would be my number 1 pick, and shadows can be funny. Go ahead and watch this.
The sound effects kind of add to it too. That's pretty
Who
fun.
who does that?
I bet there was beer involved. I would have to, if they had to make a bet, I'm guessing there's some empty bottles of beer behind them.
You think so?
That's a pretty safe bet, I think.
Roger says boo. Okay. Let's see here. Hold on.
Clip 9's next.
I can't even count to 10 tonight. Clip 9 sounds good. This is a strange costume, but it is creative. And it struck me funny. I cracked up. I don't know why.
Can you imagine driving on the road and seeing a couple of idiots doing that on the side of the road? And again, I would bet that there's beer involved in that whole process. There was some beer involved.
It looks pretty real, though.
It does look pretty good.
I sent it to a vet, and she goes, all she said was, nope. I don't know what that meant. All right. Clip 10, the sound is good since we're talking about Mars. Is this an ancient artifact or just nature? Put the sound on. What say you, Jeff?
Pretty weird.
Kind of interesting, isn't it?
But yeah, erosion can do all kinds of strange
Yeah,
stuff.
it can. I know. Never know. That's what
We got
stinks.
one more bonus clip.
Oh, we have a bonus clip. Yes, that's right.
Last minute bonus clip.
Sometimes delays are actually meant to save your life. Go ahead.
All right. Yikes.
Yeah, that wasn't a bird. That was an angel.
That's crazy.
And you just got your life saved.
Yeah.
Wow. Scary.
It is. All right. We are ready, I think, to bring on Eric.
Eric, who's politely waiting backstage for us.
Politely. Wave if you're polite, Eric. Yeah, he said he's polite. All right. So let me just tell you a little bit about Eric. I think Eric is a true journalist, right? He just doesn't, he's not a surface guy. He digs deep. He's a filmmaker. He's a journalist. He's seeking the truth behind every door he can think of. And he has currently been obsessed and working on FOIA requests. And I think he's a FOIA maniac at this point, which is great.
Yeah.
Do you remember the website, The Black Vault? Have you ever gone to it? He was a FOIA, and he's got this crazy giant website because he would just do FOIA requests.
I've read a lot of that stuff, though. I've done a lot of deep dives into the
Yeah.
weird documents and interesting stuff.
It's interesting. Anyhow, so he is searching for the truth. He does far more than most mainstream reporters by far. He's got a film out that was picked up by Amazon called The Beast of Brushy Creek. There it is. I almost said the breast of Brushy Creek. That's how tired I am.
That's
Anyhow,
a popular one, too.
yes, and we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about his current new stuff. We'll just talk about anything we can get out of him.
Yeah,
So anyhow, let's, I don't know if you have anything to play before we bring him on.
I do. 1 second here. right, and welcome, Eric. Hello.
Hey guys. Hey.
There he is.
Good to see you.
By the
Thanks for
way,
having me.
Eric, can I read the definition of a FOIA?
Please.
I don't know. I don't think I hated to just like spring that on you out of the blue. I know you know what it means, but so a FOIA request is a written request to a federal executive branch agency asking for access to existing agency records. And so by law, the agency must release the records unless they fall under one of FOIA's exemptions, e.g. national security, law enforcement sensitivity. That's kind of a broad one, right, Eric?
Oh yeah.
Personal privacy, that's another broad one. Trade secrets and deliberate process. I don't even know necessarily what they're inferring there. But let's just talk about FOIA and what you've been doing. And you got the mic, man.
For sure. There's also a universal one that kind of just kills everything where it stands, and that's the HIPAA exemption, which is like a medical thing. So as soon as someone claims HIPAA, it's dead in the water.
Untouchable,
You're not going to get any type of information. But no, I'm kind of right there with you, Doug. I'm fighting something right now, so hopefully I'll be able to have the energy. But yeah, no, I've been doing a bunch of FOIA requests. A lot of that stuff is going to be in my new book that actually released on Saturday. It's Bigfoot: The Redacted Truth. And,
wow.
And I mean, I'd like to go over some of that stuff with you guys. It
Let's
has a
do
lot
it.
of, a lot of stuff that people have never
Well,
seen
by the way,
before.
I need to interrupt you only because this book is going to be big. I really think it will be big, because people are after like what's hidden from us. Is the government covering up stuff? And what I had found out years ago, and I'm going to shut up, is that I definitely knew the local agencies were. They were.
Yeah, I mean, I think from some of the stuff we're going to see tonight, I really don't think there's any other explanation, unless it's some type of, effort that's going on behind the scenes. But yeah, I mean, I've sent you guys some stuff. There is some stuff that I'm not sure if you want to talk about, because I mean, we might get into some trouble tonight looking at some of these reports. They are like officially like unclassified at this point. Some of this stuff, the older stuff took me over a year to get, going through FBI stuff. Again, we mentioned like local state. I have a lot of local state information coming from different counties. I've done, they're not necessarily FOIA requests. Every state has their own type of like FOIA law. Ohio has the Sunshine Law, and there's other laws like that. So I kind of had to construct separate FOIA requests. I wasn't able to use like a blanket FOIA for all these. So I kind of crafted each one specifically for information that I was after. And my book really just compiles over about 3 years of investigation doing Freedom of Information Act requests all over the country. And I think if anybody watched last week, we kind of touched on that unidentified bone that we found. Doug, I know I sent that to you and you were kind of looking into that. So that's I'd like to, maybe we can talk about that a little later on, but that's just some of the stuff that I've been getting from that Freedom of Information Act project that I've been working on. It's I think it's pretty amazing stuff. And Jeff, I'm not sure if you're like a believer, quote unquote, or not, but I think after you see some of this stuff, a lot of people might start leaning towards that, because I necessarily wasn't one of those type of people. But after doing these FOIA requests, man, it's just, you see patterns of stuff going on that just no explanation, defies what we would consider, plausible, or things that, out of the ordinary. It's interesting stuff. So if you have some of those slides, we can go over, or do you want to talk about the Bigfoot cave first?
Let's do that. Well, let's do that last, because that's that thing is, I've been thinking about that for 2 years.
Sure,
and to this day, I cannot come up with any logical explanation that if it wasn't somebody who was obsessed with the Bigfoot topic and built that over many, many years.
It's so weird, because you look at that structure and doing the research, I actually found There's also a stone face carved in a county called, it doesn't exist anymore. It's called Clio County. And there's also a similar looking face carved into a stone in this area. And the Native Americans referred to that as like, the like the bear man is what they would call it, the local people. And if you follow that, the Brushy Creek and Bear Creek, they intersect at one point. And the Brushy Creek is not far at all from this area where this thing was found.
So first off, people can get the book, right? They could order it.
Yeah,
tonight
it's
after
on
the
there.
show.
I just ordered it right now.
Oh, see,
Oh,
there you
great.
go.
Thanks, Jeff. Thank you.
Yeah.
Cool.
Just ordered a copy right now while you were talking.
Sweet.
See,
sweet,
I
yeah.
knew he was doing stuff behind the scenes. I just knew it. Okay, anyhow, you shop in Amazon.
Yeah.
I can.
Yeah, it's on Amazon.
Yeah.
Been working on it for a few years now. And
Gosh.
I mean, it's my first book, so it's not going to be perfect. I kept delaying it. I was trying to get it out by summer, but I kept getting information in because with FOIA requests,
Yeah.
it could take months. You never know when you're going to get it. So I kept getting stuff. So I had to kind of delay it a little bit, but it's out now. So if anybody's interested.
Is there,
That stuff's right up my alley. I love reading that kind of stuff. I read years ago. Like thanks to Art Bell, I started digging into all kinds of crazy documents and. Yeah, there's some, like you said, if you read enough of that stuff, it kind of makes a pattern. It kind of paints a picture of there's something going on here. It's worth looking into. It's interesting.
it's the smoking gun.
I'm looking forward to you reading your book. That's cool.
I
love it.
I think some of this stuff it's pretty close. I don't know. I don't want to say smoking gun, but golly, I mean, what's the other explanation for this stuff? And we'll go over some of this here, and I think you guys will. It's crazy. I mean, some of this stuff was on email servers that was never meant to reach the public. Nobody knew this was ever going to get out. So they're talking freely between themselves, employees, thinking nothing's going to happen. So it's
Right. Why would it?
right, exactly. Yeah.
Well, there's nobody else other than you. As far as I know, you're the only guy right now doing this in the
I haven't
entire
heard of
world.
anybody doing this. Yeah, I haven't heard anybody doing. And I was kind of surprised by that when I got into the subject. I was kind of doing my own thing here, just looking into the area, the Hairy Man Road. I was able to find how that actually got its name, the Hairy Man Road. There was a lot of speculation as to that, but I was able to find that, and from there, it just kind of grew on. Is anybody doing these, FOIA requests, any type of information acts or whatever?
Well, how
And
did Hairy Man Road? Let's start there. Let's
Yeah,
warm up
so
the audience.
yeah, sure. I'm from Round Rock, Texas, Williamson County, and we have the Hairy Man Road that passes through a outside portion of the town. And I mean, it used to have like a canopy over the road, just covering the trees, just covering over the road, and that's why I took the name Hairy Man Road, because unfortunately, over these last few years, they've really kind of destroyed that road to an extent. They put bridges over it, and just took out a lot of trees, and it's kind of sad to see that growing up. We used to see it just flourish out there, but a lot of caves. It's Swiss cheese out there. If you're not careful, you might walk into a sinkhole or just a pit just out in the middle of nowhere. It's kind of sketchy out there, especially at night. It's just wild. And there had always been this rumor that the Hairy Man Road had got its name because settlers traveling through the area. We have the Chisholm Trail, which is like a famous trail that would pass by the cattle up to Montana and such. And they said that before this, in like the 1800s, there was this hairy man that would hang out on this trail and dangle its feet from the trees, would like scrape the wagon tops. This is a story that we heard as kids. And it was just something that had been passed on. And while I was researching for my first movie, the documentary Beast of Brushy Creek, I researched it, went to the library, and I was able to find a book that actually, without a doubt, gives us the reason that name, Hairy Man Road, came to be. And without a doubt, it had that kind of rumor before, because the actual incident took place in 1966. A group of kids, we know their names from the book, were all hanging out at this area around midnight. And one of the kids was stranded there, Shorty Caldwell. And this giant hairy figure came out of the brush and chased him all the way back to town, came to school the next day, started talking about it, and it just went like wildfire. Everybody was mentioning the Hairy Man Road. Fast forward to a few years later, a man starting a business off of this area. He wanted some stationery with his name and everything on it. The road didn't have a name at the time, goes to the local post office. Ask the postmaster, what's the name of this road? Postmaster says, well, it doesn't have an official name, but all the kids call it Hairy Man Road. And from then on, it was Mr. Carroll, I believe his name is. He's like, I love it. And he went to the town hall to get the name registered, gets the name registered, comes back just laughing, loves it. And he says, okay, they said it's Hairy Man Road. So that's the way it got its name officially, the Hairy Man Road. And I talk about that a little bit in my documentary.
Very interesting. Speaking of weird road names, there's a road not terribly far from me, about 5 miles, where a guy that works for me had a daytime Bigfoot sighting. And we went back there, of course, to show me the exact spot. It was on Fur Man Road.
Okay.
So, you like, did that get named because of legends or sightings? Very similar.
Absolutely. And I mentioned the Bear Man, and that was actually from right in the area. It was in, I believe it was 1899, 1898. This woman claimed to be abducted by the Bear Man, a giant hair-covered man, took her to the hill countries in Marble Falls, which is just right near me. And that's where it came. I think that article is actually in the National Library in DC. It's like on the wall somewhere, the Bear Man.
Interesting.
Weird area.
Obviously, I would imagine they're referring to a Bigfoot type creature.
I mean, yeah, at the time, I don't think they had, that terminology at that point. The Native Americans obviously had seen something, and they would always talk about it. The Tonkawa tribe was in this area, and they had really strange customs. They would wear the fur of these wolves, and they would dance around like they were giant wolves. Their god was like this wolf deity. So it's just interesting stuff. This whole area, I sent you some slides about the Galt. The Galt is kind of like a new thing. There's a documentary about it. They're finding ruins and things that were about 20,000 years old, which is crazy, finding that in Central Texas. The other closest thing to that, that's it. The other closest thing to that is like Göbekli Tepe, which is in Turkey, and they're dating it around that same age. So it's just really weird that that's happening right here.
What kind of stuff, Eric, is at the Galt?
You're finding pottery. You're finding pre-Clovis stonework, bones, all types of really interesting things. There was a community that was living out there. And one of the other interesting things, I don't think I talked about it in the documentary, but around the time they were constructing the main road through here, I-35 Texas, everybody's in Texas, they know that road. They went through the Brushy Creek, and this same area where all this stuff is happening, they find an ancient Roman coin. And I think I sent you the thing for that one. Ancient Roman coin, I believe it was 1967, something like that. And I have a really amazing story that I just, from this year, coincidentally, I was with a colleague, and we're at a place, and he's talking to a gentleman that he knows, another colleague of his, who's an older gentleman, and he's talking to us about all types of stuff. And he brings us up, and it caught my eye. He says that he was in Professor Epstein. That's the guy who's holding the coin. He didn't know anything about me. Said I was in Professor Epstein's class. We were talking about the bufo toad, which is the toad that Native Americans used to lick to get, psychedelic, whatever.
Yep.
And his friend knew right away. They were looking at some architecture or whatever, had a bufo toad carved. They were looking at it, and his friend knew right away that was a bufo toad, okay? The professor kind of shamed him in front of the class, saying, no, that's not a bufo toad, that's this because of this or whatever. This is the same person that got that Roman coin. He wrote an article about this Roman coin. He said that he didn't believe it was an original deposit. It was found at the bottom of an Indian burial mound, mind you. He didn't believe it was an original deposit. He believed it was a relic somebody brought back from World War II. They dropped it walking along Brushy Creek. A rodent grabbed it and burrowed with it. That was his thesis on it. Okay. So I just learned that I was mentioning this bufo toad during this class where he shamed that student for claiming it was a bufo toad. The next day he had to come and apologize to that student because he did the research, and he goes, I apologize. You're absolutely right. That was a bufo toad. So that's the same person that was in charge of this Roman coin. So did he make a mistake? First of all, and it's really interesting to me. And then I also have I think I had a slide of the cart ruts. The cart ruts are really interesting too. Those are only found in like 3 places in the world: Malta, Turkey, and Central Texas along the Brushy Creek.
What is it?
And the cart ruts are
Oh,
these little
cart ruts. Oh, yeah, yeah.
cart ruts. Yeah, cart ruts.
Oh, there they
Exactly
are.
those.
Yep, yep.
Those are only found in 3 places in the world: Malta, Turkey, and Central Texas, off the Brushy Creek. That's the Brushy Creek right there. Uh, and from dating those, the ones in Malta are, I think, around 5000 BC. Those, I mean, if they're that old, they show a civilization that's been in Central Texas for at least that long, which is really incredible. It's kind of baffled the archaeologists that have come through who made these as a video. There's a lot of videos. I think the cart ruts are going to become a popular thing here very soon because they're interesting. They're unexplained. They go. You see those lines. They go into rocks. They go into the water. They just disappear out of nowhere. They're really interesting. Unexplainable, these cart ruts.
Yeah, the Malta ones were on Graham Hancock's show. They're pretty
Right.
wild. They're just bizarre. They don't make a whole lot of
Yeah.
sense.
And I mean, that's found right along the Brushy Creek, right in an area where they found the Neanderthal woman that they're dating around 16,000 years old.
Oh wow.
That's around the Galt site. So I mean, they found the Roman coin. I mean, it's just really like,
Yeah.
I feel like there's been people here for a lot longer than they're claiming. And I
I'm
think
pretty confident of that.
right, yeah. And the Galt's becoming really popular right now. There's a documentary that was just released on it. A man spent his life savings to buy this site, or else it was going to be turned into like a condominium or something like that, commercial property. So I think in the next few years, the Galt is going to become like Gobekli Tepe, I think, honestly. Really
Wow.
interesting stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, well, it's just cool that your area has got so much uncovered and obviously still buried history.
Oh yeah, yeah.
You know,
Right.
that's
In my documentary, I mentioned I didn't. We had moved already from this property, but my childhood home in 2014, they dug up 3 ancient Native Americans right behind our house. Like it's just insane. We have no idea how old those bones were because unfortunately in Texas we have a law that says the construction company can hire their own, archaeologist or whatever, and a lot of times they just pay right over the road. So I believe that's what happened here. Yeah,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
yeah, that would put a archaeologist in a pretty bad position.
Yeah.
Unemployed,
Oh
or
yeah,
take
yeah.
the bone you didn't see.
Exactly. And I think
Take that
that's
bone you didn't see.
in my documentary. I have a camera that I don't want to say it's kind of a hidden camera or whatever. And the construction workers telling me we find bones everywhere. He's like, they're all over the place. This whole place is a graveyard. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's an interesting area. The
Well,
Brushy
how
Creek
about
area.
I know a lot of people have gone missing in Brushy Creek alone, let alone the whole country. Have
Yeah.
you been doing any national park FOIAs?
I have done national park FOIAs, but not really for missing people. I've done them for Bigfoot, and I
Yeah.
I want to talk about one that I received that's really
Yeah,
just kind of
let's go.
wild.
All right.
We can talk about that one first. It is
Yeah,
the
let's do it.
I have my thing to follow along here. I believe it's a federal. Oh, where is it? Shoot. It is labeled 23. And this was a FOIA request I submitted to Dino National Park in Colorado. This is in my book. It's nothing like I've ever seen before. I've seen other FOIA requests, and if you can look at right at the top of there, that stuff that's redacted shouldn't be redacted. Those are rangers. That's a badge number. We should know that. That should not be redacted.
That should be public. Yeah.
That should be public. And if you look really closely, those letters right there, it says, please note, asterisk, 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 this contained information that has not been approved by a supervisor. I've never had that before in my life. I've never seen that before. All the FOIA requests I've done. This is the first national park one that I've seen that had this. And this was in 2020, December of 2020. And I'd go ahead and read it here. It says, summary, suspicious circumstances. Bigfoot hunters flocking to Yampa Bench Road report bone piles near road and Bigfoot sighting near Cleopatra's Couch. Bone piles may be related to poaching. Possible OB camping along Bench Road. Unprepared visitors visiting area in winter may result in increased search and rescue. Yampa Bench Road. So these quote unquote Bigfoot hunters that were there in the area. Well, first of all, right off the bat, we have no idea how this report came to be. We don't know if it was a phone call. We don't know if it was an email. We don't know if it was a dialogue between people in the park. We have no information on that. And we should. We should have that information. It should be there, but we don't. I mean, you can see that it said it's not approved by a supervisor. Um, the really interesting stuff, again, is the bone piles, the Bigfoot sighting in the area. And then the other really interesting thing, it's in my book, is that the reason they give, all it is that summary, those little 3 words or whatever. We should have a 4 or 5 page thing saying this person did this did that. We've got a whole summary. It shouldn't be just 3, 4 sentences.
Yeah.
That's not normal.
Yeah,
That's
because
irregular.
that tells you there was a lot more emails or a lot more reports. It can't just
There
be
was
that
something.
one.
There was something. Somebody called. Somebody, we don't know how this transpired originally, but attached to this report was a personal thing they had sent me saying, it's in my book. It says, hey, the reason this document is so short is because the ranger that was assigned to this was medically incapacitated to go out to that area. And when you think medically incapacitated, what happens? HIPAA. Research is done. No more research after that.
Gosh.
And the crazy thing is, I've talked about this before, and some people speculate, was the ranger the one that submitted this report? Was he medically incapacitated because he saw something? We can only speculate, but we should know who submitted this. We should know who the ranger is. So they're kind of making it's one and the same if we don't, And again, once they do the FOIA, it's dead in the water. We're not going to be able to get any information.
So I don't remember if I've ever talked to you about this tip. I learned indirectly from Jeff Harding.
Jeff's a great guy. Yeah.
You know Jeff.
Jeff's a great guy. Yeah.
Okay.
I've had the pleasure of speaking with Jeff. Really knowledgeable guy. He's kind of taking a break. I wish he would come back.
I know. I've been trying
He's one
to
of the
talk
most
him into it.
sensible. One of the most sensible people I've heard.
But did you hear? Did he confide in you a tip on how
I
to
don't
get?
know. I don't know.
Well, I'm just going to throw it out there because
Okay.
I don't care. It should be heard by everybody.
Okay.
And this is what was kind of uncovered, at least in one department in Minnesota. So what a lot of times when the sheriff gets a call that's uncomfortable, Bigfoot sighting or people's home being attacked by Bigfoot, or people out camping who are being attacked by Bigfoot, in those kinds of situations, like in the wilderness,
Right.
they will refer the whole thing to search and rescue. And that way there's nothing in their files.
Yeah.
Everything goes into the search and rescue files.
Yeah.
And apparently Jeff had thought, okay. So he wrote and he did this to a search and rescue group in one area where I know there's a lot of Bigfoot activity. Sure enough, we get the letter and it's quite a whole bunch of stuff and lots redacted, but it did specifically talk about rescues where people were too frightened to leave an area because of Bigfoot attacks and sightings in remote wilderness areas. And the sheriff had nothing in their records. All of it goes into the search. But apparently the search and rescue people are, at least that one was very willing to give everything.
Yeah, I've been seeing
so
that.
There's a tip, maybe.
That's great. I appreciate that. I think he might have touched on that, not directly, but just a little bit. But doing the research, I've noticed that a lot of communities and counties are kind of switching out their own 911 for companies that do this now.
Oh yeah,
So now it's
privatized.
Exactly. I think Alaska has the most of, like, I've tried to get stuff from Alaska and I have got some stuff, but a lot of it's like, hey, that's a third party, you gotta go through
Right.
them or whatever.
Well, it's the same thing with the search and rescue. It's exactly the same escape that they have to not have to reveal anything.
Oh yeah. Yeah, it's tricky, but they know what they're doing. They absolutely know what they're doing.
Have you tried to ever contact, will they even give you the name of the company, the private company?
They'll give me the name of the company, and I have sent stuff to them. I want to say the last thing I sent to them, they're still working on it. This is maybe like 4 months ago. Yeah. But a lot of the times they'll just they don't even let you. You have to submit through their like portal. You can't just write an email. You have to like submit through their portal, and
Yeah,
I have no idea where that goes. You don't have a record of it, so yeah,
it's bad. And I would
yeah,
imagine they're going to want to charge you.
yeah. I mean, this book actually cost me quite a bit getting these records, which is unfortunate because it's public information. But I've spent probably over $600 on a lot of these reports getting
Yeah.
them, which it's disgusting. It should be free, but
Okay. So Squatch Mama has a question. Is there one report or one FOIA response that was the most blacked out that stands out? Maybe there is,
uh,
maybe there isn't.
there's a lot of them. I mean, this one right here, the last one was a good one. Probably for me, it might be the well, there's a few of them that I really like too. No, probably the best one for me is one that's I consider it to me. I don't know if we want to talk about this later, but I consider it the greatest Bigfoot sighting of all time. I do consider it that, and it does have a lot of redactions in it, but there's a lot of amazing information in there. It's incredible. I
Well,
got it through the.
let's do it.
Okay, let's do it. Yeah,
Talk
let's
about
do
it.
it. Let's do it. Let me hold on.
Sure.
Let me find it. Which one it is? I want to make this okay. So it's 26, what I labeled it. I got this from the Federal Bureau of Indian Affairs. I don't think anybody's ever done a FOIA for them regarding Bigfoot before.
Good idea.
I thought it was interesting. So this is the folder they sent me back after doing the FOIA request. Is there any way you can zoom in a little bit on that label? If not, it's cool. I'll read
I
it.
don't think so.
I'll read it. It's okay. So that's the folder I got from the FOIA request. Everything is inside of this folder. Everything is in my book. It says incident report number 2318 62578. So it came out in 1978. And you see a black bar there. After that black bar, it says residence, animal, or Bigfoot. That's what it says. And that's a federal document right there that has the
Animal, or read it one more time for our audience.
yes. It says redacted residence, animal, or Bigfoot. No one has ever seen this document before. It's been hidden since 1978. I got this around the beginning of this year. Sorry, no one's ever seen this before. If you're able to pull up Jeff page 1 report, and I've gotten a lot of heat because I posted this folder on some Facebook groups, and I just got hacked to bits. Everybody's like, "Show everything. We want to see it," But this cost me money to get this. Unfortunately, I can read most of that if it's too small. So this was again June 25th, 1978. This was written by a federal Indian police officer. And it says to agency special officer from officer redacted, subject, animal, or Bigfoot seen by redacted residents. And it says, I checked the area where this animal was seen. I had officer redacted and conservation officers redacted, big redaction, with me. Officer redacted and myself walked up to where this animal was seen. The conservation officers drove up to the green water tank located above Galtiero Flats. After checking the area, the only thing we found were tracks belonging to a bear. Official redacted said he would put bear tracks in the area, a bear trap in the area. Official redacted also advised that due to the dry weather, it is causing animals to come down from the mountain looking for water and food. There's a drop right there, line break. The persons who saw the animal, big redaction, both persons said the animal they saw was standing up and had his hands in the air. Both subjects were frightened. They then began telling me that they heard Bigfoot was seen at Head Springs and that they were sure what they saw was a Bigfoot. I advised them we would go up there and see what it was. So this is the federal officer's
Wow.
report of this. I have the witness statement in the book. It's a handwritten thing. Basically, what had happened is It's in the book. The mother and a child were all by themselves on the Mescalero Apache Reservation. That's where this took place, in New Mexico. They were by themselves alone. They heard something near their water tank. They go walking up to the water tank. This thing comes up, standing on 2 feet, hands in the air, scares them to death. They run back home and they call the cops. They call the federal police. That is what that report has never seen the light of day before. Again, it's about 4 more pages. They're pretty much just kind of going into a little bit more about it. Again, there's the witness statement saying, they called because of this. We have up to at least 5 federal officers investigating this: conservation officer, federal bureau officer, and then officers that we don't know what agency they're from. They're all checking out this area, and it's kind of interesting and kind of insulting to me that these they would say it's a bear, it's a bear, but the native people that have been in this area for a really long time, they were it says in there, they're sure what they saw was a Bigfoot. It says it, sure what they saw was a Bigfoot.
Well, I mean, most bears do raise their hands and
Right, yeah.
wave at you and so on. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they said that thing was seen by head springs, and then some of the some of the other stuff is interesting too.
It's crazy.
Well, I find the wording interesting. I mean, he didn't say alleged Bigfoot or put Bigfoot in quotes or creature.
Right.
I mean, they just used the name Bigfoot like
they took it seriously.
It's a pretty standard word that they'd be using. You know what I mean? It just the wording is interesting. The way that it's.
Well, to me, this is so similar to the Ruby Creek encounter. A woman alone with her children, and this thing just comes out of the wilderness. Really interesting stuff. If there were bear prints, where are the photos of the bear prints? We don't have any photos of the bear prints. This is 1978. I'm sure they were equipped with everything they needed for that.
Yeah.
Again, the handwritten letter is really interesting too. To me, I think this is good. This is good.
Well, it's definitely there's definitely a cover up on that one, no doubt.
I like the
photos.
I'm glad you said it. I'm glad you said it.
Oh God, yes.
No, but we'll yeah. I mean, yeah, the fact
But
that
it's a local
that.
cover up, Eric. It's it's that local office
Well,
is going.
it is local, but it is also federal.
It's federal, but local. You know what I mean?
Federal, but
The federal office.
It's interesting that they had at least 5 officers up there. 1 officer, 2 officers for sure. You had 5 guys up. They wanted to know what this thing was. I think they took pictures. I think they took measurements of those tracks. We know they took measurements of those tracks, pictures at least.
Yeah.
It's interesting stuff, man. Really interesting stuff. Yeah.
Oh.
I don't know where we go from here.
Well, you just whatever. Just share.
Okay.
Share different interesting teases.
Yeah.
Here's the thing about your book.
Well, okay. Yeah. Sure.
As you reveal contents, people are going to want the book more, not less, because
Absolutely, yeah.
so many people buy these books to show their brother-in-law, their sister,
That's a good point. That's a good point.
the 1 or 2 people in their family that are skeptics. Because most people here in our audience, they're already long past believing.
Good point. Yeah.
But they, I've got a good friend, Jim, and he's got a brother that just says, he keeps collecting files and things to keep trying to convince his brother that they're real. And I don't blame him, because it's frustrating when you've got somebody that just won't believe. And your book will definitely turn some heads, right?
I hope it does. And that was kind of my thing, I mean, I know a lot of skeptics also, and I love the stories. I love all that stuff. It's great, but I wanted some hard data you could sink your teeth into.
Do they have FOIA, by the way, in Canada of any,
They do, but I'm not familiar with it, to be honest with you. Yeah, they do, but it's I think it's a little bit more restrictive, to be honest. Not 100% sure, but I know they have it. Yeah.
Well, if anybody's listening, wants to work with Eric on filing Canadian ones, a Canadian.
Yeah, absolutely. That'd be great.
That wants to help Eric file. Eric can maybe fill out the documents or whatever, and you can be the filer. But that would be interesting, because I would imagine there's so many cover-ups up in Canada.
Can we talk about this one? I kind of put this one as like a asterisk. Well, it's labeled, it's a bunch of 9s. It's let's do the triple 9 first, if you can, if this is cool with you. I didn't put this in my book because honestly I was terrified to put it in my book.
Really?
Yeah, yeah, you'll see
Why?
why. Well, this was about a year and a half in the making. I'm obsessed with Tom Slick, the Bigfoot hunter from San Antonio, multimillionaire. He's just he was kind of like Howard Hughes, Elon Musk before that. He was just a really, well, Howard Hughes, I guess. Really interesting guy. Spent the Yeti expeditions. We hear about him smuggling that hand from Nepal. A lot of interesting stuff about Tom Slick. And I did a FOIA request for him into an agency, an alphabet agency, wanting to know if they had any information on Tom Slick because I mean, we did mention cover-ups earlier. You mentioned that
There's
cover-ups.
no way they wouldn't, because he was involved in the Patterson Gimlin film, and
He was involved in more
lots of
things, I think,
things.
than we know. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not known, but he actually started a primate research facility in San Antonio. So if he had something, he had the facility to do whatever he wanted with it, test it, whatever. He had the facility built. It's he had his own airline. He didn't have to. It's just insane. He was the guy who has a lot of secrets, and I'm going to read this right now. This is from a memorandum from May 2nd, 1952. And there's a lot of rumors about Tom Slick and he died in an airplane crash in Canada, I believe. And a lot of crazy stuff about that. But the subject about this was, I believe he died in 59, 62. I'm not 100% sure. This was in 1950 before that. So the subject is bullet hole and stabilizer of aircraft. This is a federal document. And they're basically writing that aircraft, they named the aircraft March 18, 1950, Slick Airways, Inc., sabotage. It says sabotage. I have your memorandum of April 26, 1950, enclosing a copy of a memorandum from Los Angeles office, advising that bullet holes have been found in 2 planes belonging to Slick Airways, Inc. You state that no investigation will be conducted in the absence of a request from me. An examination of the enclosure of the memorandum discloses that the available information does not indicate the possibility of sabotage within the meaning of the memorandum of 1950 entitled Aircraft Incidents. Sabotaging involved Pan Am airplanes. The criminal division, according to this, does not desire the Bureau to make an investigation of this matter. So 2 planes from Tom Slick Airways had bullet holes in them a few, years before his airplane death. I don't think anybody's ever seen this before.
I've never heard about this ever.
2 bullet holes. And I had a bunch of files, Doug. I had at least maybe over 40 pages. But the agency that sent me this, you couldn't download it. You had to log in and look through it through their portal. And so everything redacted. And I'll show you what I mean on this next document. If you could pull it up, it says 999949s.
I mean, is it legal for you to take like photos of the screen?
I mean, I snapped these. Just like screen grabbed them, because they were the only ones of anything giving me any words. Everything was redacted with those squares. You see those little squares right there? Everything was redacted to hell. So this is another.
It's a whiteout. That's a whiteout redaction.
Exactly. You see up top right there where it says confidential crossed out or whatever. So I don't think anybody's seen these. Slick Airways, and you can see where this came from. I'm not going to say it, but you can see that. And redacted to hell. A confidential informant who has furnished reliable information in the past has advised that on November 9, 1956, a representative of Slick Airways Incorporated, Washington, redacted. Another confidential informant has furnished reliable information in the past, advised that, redacted. This memorandum is loaned to you by the Federal Bureau of Investigations, and neither its nor its contents are to be distributed outside of the agency which loaned. So they had confidential informants working in Slick Airways, around the time. I don't know, just really crazy stuff.
Can somebody in chat just put up a short, like a bio of Mr. Slick, because he was involved in Yeti stuff over in the Himalayas.
Absolutely.
He was fine. He was a rich I don't know if he was
Yeah,
a billionaire.
financier. Oh, he was
Yeah,
definitely a oil billionaire, oil
he was a
tycoon.
billionaire. Okay.
Yeah, there is a I don't know if it's released yet, but they're working on a podcast where Owen Wilson is actually going to play Tom Slick's voice in this new
Mm.
podcast. Apparently, they found like some new documents or whatever.
Oh, cool.
So he
I heard
dies
a movie.
mysteriously.
I heard that
I would love that. That would be
it's
awesome.
a movie played by Nicolas Cage was going to
Oh
play
man,
Tom Slick, but it got apparently axed
I would love to
after
see
they
that.
started shooting for some reason. Think about
Yeah,
that. That just goes
yeah,
with what you're doing.
yeah.
You
Oh
kind of
yeah. It's.
wonder.
I mean, Tom Slick. He had a lot of information that, when he died, it kind of got confiscated. Honestly, we have no. His family doesn't have it. They should. We really don't know. The contents of what all he did have. It's. We can only speculate, but we know he built this ape facility. They do like hormone testing and all this type of stuff. It's still there in San Antonio, but it's not run by the family anymore, from what I understand. Really weird.
So
If you want to, yeah,
maybe
please.
Greg, it'd be just fun if Greg, if maybe you can find it. Maybe you can even ask AI or whatever. I'd love to just throw up a quick description of Tom Slick.
Oh,
Yeah,
here I found the
that'd be great.
Wikipedia article here.
Well, you can always trust Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Can you read just a brief?
Sure. He died in 1962 from San Antonio. Inventor, businessman, adventurer, and heir to an oil business. Yada 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 yada. During the 50s. He was an adventurer. He had expeditions to investigate the Loch Ness monster, the Yeti, Bigfoot, the Trinity Alps giant salamander. Slick's interest in cryptozoology was little known until the 1989 publication of the biography Tom Slick and the Search for Yeti by Lauren Coleman. I'm going to put that on my
Yeah.
my list here too. I gotta read that one. Coleman continued his study of Slick in 2002 with Tom Slick: True Life Encounters in Cryptozoology. The book mentions many of Slick's adventures in politics, art, science, and cryptozoology, including his involvement with the CIA and Howard Hughes. So there's two more books I got to put into my list.
Yeah. Interesting guy.
So, do you
Yeah.
think it's possible he was taken out because he was financing these monster hunts by one of the?
I mean, he was involved in stuff that we don't even know about, so it's hard to say if it was this or if it was something else.
But who was putting the? I just wonder who's doing the bullets, who was shooting the airplanes.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you saw where that letter came from or whatever. So
Yeah.
I'm not going to say any names.
No, well, let's okay. Back up just a second. Are you truly? No, I just want to go there. Are you truly a little concerned at times?
Yeah, sometimes. That one scared me the most because, like I said, it took over 1.5 years to get it, and I had to use their portal. I couldn't just download the files or whatever. And my book, I'm not redacting. There's only like 2 things I redacted in that book. Just information, personal information. Everything else, there is personal information from some of that stuff just out there. I didn't want to do it myself. I only did it for like 2 things that I thought needed to be. Everything else is unredacted, and hopefully I don't get in trouble after it comes out. But.
No, I know, but have you had any incidents that just seemed weird?
I'll tell you one thing.
Go ahead, get it out there.
This was maybe 2 or 3 years ago. I got pulled over driving, whatever. The guy was really on behind me, really bad. Police officer. I think it was a police officer. He was like plainclothes. Pulled me over, and he took a picture of me with a cell phone. I've never seen that before.
What?
Took a picture of me with a cell phone, and then he let me go.
That's odd.
Yeah, that was odd. And I tried getting that. I tried getting that information, but I was thinking about getting that information, but I didn't. And I mean, my documentary kind of covers why I didn't. There's a lot of this last year. I'll just say it. My documentary talks about bodies popping up in the Brushy Creek and weird areas or whatever.
Yeah.
And this last year, there was multiple, but I actually on my phone captured them pulling someone out of the creek. News never touched it. Nothing. I'm out there because someone posted it on like a social media thing or whatever. So I rush over there, and there's a guy sitting on the bench, and I'm talking to him, and I was like, "What's going on?" And he starts telling me, and he goes, "They didn't get." Well, this is what he told me. He says they didn't get the CSI out here. Nothing. He's like, they're just taking them out. And I was like, that's crazy. The other thing is my county, Williamson County, you can look this up, Williamson County, Texas. I didn't know this until recently. There is no medical examiner. We have no medical examiner. The judge gets to decide with no medical background how people die in the county. Okay.
Wow.
Oh,
They get to decide. There's kind of this
no training.
no
And
training.
apparently there's judges,
That's bizarre.
which I didn't even know, that have zero legal training.
You can look it up. Williamson County, we do not have a medical examiner. So these past bodies that have been pulling up out of the Brushy Creek, someone said no foul play, no nothing, that had no background to say that. That's just my opinion. But yeah.
Crazy.
So it's really weird.
Oh boy.
Really weird. So
Anyhow,
it is,
okay.
I think about it, but I haven't been out to the Brushy Creek in a while, kind of for, just it's creepy out there. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't been out there a while. I've been doing FOIA and stuff. And maybe that's subliminally because of, I don't know. I'm concerned. Maybe, I don't know, whatever. But yeah, we can move on.
Gosh. So that was one thing that kind of just shook you up. I would be shook up too if that happened.
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't know if the guy was a cop, a government agent, just some
No,
weirdo.
no.
You don't know anything.
Yeah, I've never had that happen to me before. Yeah.
It's
weird.
things that make you go,
Yeah. Yeah, that's about, yeah.
Anything else that you don't want to talk about that you want to tell us tonight?
No, I think that's, you
Come
got it out
on,
of me,
Eric.
Bro.
I can tell
You got
you.
it out of me. I think
You're holding
get it out.
back.
Okay, everybody, don't tell anyone. Just keep it to yourself.
Yeah, we'll
Don't
just
tell
keep it
anyone.
here.
That's right. That's right. No, I think that's I'm not going to exaggerate or anything.
You're not here
That's-
clicking on your phone or
No, definitely not. Definitely
Okay.
not. Thank God for that. Yeah,
just
but I have,
checking.
it's probably just me being clumsy, but like putting files in the wrong place and stuff. That's.
Oh, you
everybody
mean
does that, I'm
you've
sure.
had a few this goes zip gone?
Well, I don't know. I think it's just probably just me moving stuff around. So.
I'm sure it is. Yeah, I'm sure that's the ticket, Eric.
I had a really cool photo that I can't find anywhere that someone had sent me off of the Balcones Canyonlands where they found that coyote tied into a knot. I think did I show you that? That was in this area.
Was
Really
that you
interesting photo.
that we had all those? We had some photos of that. That was you, wasn't it?
Yeah, the coyote tied into a knot, turned inside out,
I've been
tied into
trying
a
to
knot.
pound
That
my
was in the-
brain. Who sent
That was in the Brushy
oh.
Creek. Yeah, that was that was near the Balcones Canyonlands. Yeah.
Yeah, coyotes tied in a knot. Kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah. What could
Yeah.
do that, right? That's,
Yeah, turned inside out, tied into a knot. It's
turned
just
inside
wild.
out, Jeff, and tied into a knot. What
Oh,
do you?
thanks.
I
What are
didn't
your
think about sending you
thoughts?
that photo, but I should have. Yeah, it's a gruesome photo. It's a gruesome photo.
But yeah, I've seen it, and
Yeah, you've seen it. Yeah, yeah. I sent it to you. Deb.
because
I'm
I've been,
thinking. I'm backtracking a little bit. Thinking about Tom Slick.
Go ahead.
Oddly enough, Trump just announced that he wants to declassify files on Amelia Earhart, which on the surface sounds, why on earth would they have files on her and why would they be secret? Well, the speculation is the government was using her for spying purposes. So, so there's a lot of stories about the CIA kind of capturing people that are world travelers. So Tom Slick would be ideal because he already has cover for being traveling to exotic places, traveling the world. He's kind of got cover. There's lots of evidence that the government has used people like that for spying. Amelia Earhart, Lindbergh,
Right.
the astronauts in the Mercury program. So that could, this is pure speculation on my part, but that could be a possible explanation for some of the memo. Who knows?
Yeah, no, I mean, he was definitely a world traveler. We know that, and he funded his own travels. He had everything he needed. I mean, he just seemed kind of like a spy, quote unquote, interesting guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
We only know a little bit about Tom Slick. We don't really know everything.
That's like I said, that's another book I have to.
Well, I remember
another book for my list.
I remember talking to John Green, who dealt with him on a pretty regular basis.
Cool.
And I heard, for some reason, I didn't think it was that important at the time. But John would tell me stories, about things that he would supply them and have ideas, and he would supply them trained dogs, as an example.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Anyhow, okay, well let's get away from Tom Slick. There's lots of other things we can talk about.
Plus, what a great name! I mean, he just sounds like a secret agent, doesn't he?
Can I say real quick? There's like two researchers that I'm obsessed with, and it's Tom Slick and Robert Morgan, Mr. Robert Morgan. Two really interesting people. Robert Morgan, I have stuff in my book to where I don't know if it's been out. I didn't do a FOIA or anything. It was in a national archive, the deep international archive, and documents of him requesting funding for a federal Bigfoot hunt. And you have people signing off saying like, "Oh, Department of Agriculture, come on by, use this park," and stuff like that.
Oh, really?
It's really interesting. Yeah, it's. I mean, I don't know if directly the government funded Robert Morgan's efforts in 1969.
Well, why didn't you ever get in touch with him?
I've tried. I have tried. I've spoken with a few people that know him, and I believe he might. He's up in age, and I think he might have dementia or something to that effect. I have really tried. If you could help me with that, Doug. Oh my God.
Well, I know somebody that remains friends. I don't. I tried to get a hold of him too at one time, and didn't have any luck. And I've got somebody I'll hook you up with. She has the latest and greatest information on him and his health, and so on. So
yeah, I've been kind of fascinated with him. Just an enigmatic figure. I mean, some of the it's in my book. The journal he wrote, like a 5-page thing, and he's basically saying, "Hey, I have people that can work undercover. If we find something." It's pretty wild stuff.
Yeah.
Involved in a lot of things. So. Yeah.
Interesting. Well, he's my Facebook friend. I know that. Which I thought, oh my God.
Yeah.
I got a request from Robert Morgan. This is like 3-4 years ago.
They're winning the lottery, man.
Yeah. Anyhow, okay. What's next here?
We can talk about if you want to stay in Texas, San Antonio, Tom Slick, we could talk about these events that transpired in 2019 in East Texas. And this is really weird. If you could pull that photo up, it's 15. And this is just unexplained, insane. So in Texas, if you guys know, we have a lot of, I think they changed the laws now, but people own tigers, they owned all types of stuff. Everything in 2019, I think we had one tiger that was on the loose in like San Antonio and remained there, whatever. I didn't pay much attention to this when it came out. It says loose monkey is reportedly tormenting a Texas town. When I heard about this at the time, I didn't really think much of it until another Bigfoot YouTuber did a video about it. Bob Gimlin, the YouTuber, Bigfoot YouTuber, he did a video about it. And it kind of like, I was like, oh, I remember that. And he touched on some stuff that I hadn't seen before. And I was like, oh, okay, so I did a Freedom of Information Act request for this incident. People in the town of Santa Fe, Texas, were calling 911, saying that there was a wild monkey on the loose attacking people. This is what they were saying. The news went crazy with it. Everybody was out talking about it, and it was just all over the place. There was at one point where the news was at the location of one of the sightings. They're reporting a guy drives by and says, "Hey, we just saw it. It's over there." So stuff was happening in real time. It was insane.
Well, how big was this monkey?
Well, here, let's go to, can you go to 16 real quick, Jeff? That's the thing. There was a woman, the only woman who ever talked to the media, said that this thing was standing by her garbage cans, normal size garbage cans, lifting up the lid and looking in there. So you think it's got to be a good size. The reports coming in were just kind of varied. People were saying it was one size,
it's not a squirrel monkey.
Exactly. Yeah, exactly. And so, again, I did the FOIA request. I got over 5 reports from this one incident. I really wanted to get the 911 phone calls. I have 911 phone calls from, strange creature, Bigfoot sightings or whatever. Man, I really would have loved to get these. But unfortunately, I'm starting to learn a lot of these departments, they only keep their stuff 30 days, 90 days, and they'll erase it. They don't have it anymore. So that really sucked. I wasn't able to get the phone calls, but I was able to get these police reports. And if you can see here, this one came from League City. It was on September 10th, 2019 at 11:15 a.m. So someone in League City at 10:04 a.m. reported a possible monkey sighting. And then this whole thing kind of kicked off, and it says game warden advised he will be speaking with ACO about the issue, animal control officer. They say ACO contact, they give the contact's name. We need a drone. So they are requesting a drone out there. Assisted ACO via drone attempting to locate monkey, but search was unsuccessful. Checked area via drone, unable to locate monkey. So this thing was on the loose. They had hound dogs out there. They had drones in the air. They had people on foot looking for whatever this thing was. The sheriff had to come out and make a statement saying, hey, this is undocumented. Hey, if you see a monkey, don't go near it. Don't touch it. Call the chimpanzee. I think he said chimpanzee. Don't touch it. Call the authorities or whatever. People were really kind of paranoid about what was going on. And I have another, it kind of evolved. It evolved from a monkey to a primate. And if you could pull up 16.3, that was the other report that came up.
Well, the monkey name is
17.3, you mean?
It's it should be 16, like brackets 3. I don't know if hopefully
here,
I think it's in the
got it.
second
Yeah.
email.
No,
Yeah,
I got it.
yeah.
so the monkey moniker is just so harmless, right? It's a monkey.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like
Exactly.
I've seen reports where they say gorilla
Right.
to describe a Bigfoot.
Yeah.
but
So I mean, this thing was on
Monkey's
the
dumbing
loose.
it down.
It traveled from one side of the town to the next. People were seeing it everywhere in between. I'm telling you, the news reporter said like they're driving by and someone says it's over there, whatever. So people were seeing it all over. There's 2 more reports in my book. This one I'm going to read. This one happened at right before midnight the same day, and it's in a different location. And it says caller advises he hears primate. So it evolved from monkey to primate. Possible visual. So man, I would have loved to got that 911 call as he's describing what he's seeing. Oh,
Well,
it's
why
this
can't
call,
you
it's
get
this
it?
and-
Because it's
Well, they
state.
erased it. They erased it, Doug.
They erase it. I
They
thought they
only
weren't
keep it-
supposed to do that.
They only keep it around 30 to 60, 90 days, and they erase it.
Oh, that's BS.
How terrible is that?
I didn't know
Unbelievable.
that.
So we would have like 6 911 calls of people, mentioning this, but we don't. All we have is the reports to go off of, which really I mean, at least we have something. But man, can you imagine hearing those 911 phone calls we don't have transcripts of any of these calls. We don't know what the people are saying. We only have just a really brief.
How many calls were there, Eric?
It was
this
at least 6. At least
monkey.
6. At least 6 calls.
6 calls.
6 calls
about a
around
monkey.
2 days.
Wow,
2 days,
that's a
6
big
calls
monkey.
of a monkey on the loose. Now, here is the kicker right here, okay?
Okay.
Everyone was saying this is an aggressive monkey. We have no idea why they were saying aggressive monkey, but they were saying it was an aggressive monkey. None of the police reports say that. Nothing says that, okay? If you could pull up 17 bracket 2 parentheses.
Yep.
This to me is just this is kind of the smoking gun for the case. So this was a private email sent from the county clerk. No one was ever supposed to see this. Sent to an outside person. And the subject line is OMG, oh my God. This was right before the first report, I believe the first report came out, right before it. It said, oh my God, there's a loose monkey out in Santa Fe, Texas. It is between 3 to 4 feet tall and attacking people. What the heck? It's been missing and out and about since Friday. So I've done all the FOIA requests, couldn't find anything about a monkey missing or anything like that. The only
Okay, 4 foot tall.
Yeah.
4 foot
Yeah.
tall monkey. Well, monkeys
Exactly.
have tails.
Right. But you could see this was a real thing. It was happening in real time. People in the community were discussing it. A clerk was talking about it, and they never found anything. They found nothing. They never found any, ape monkeys, nothing like that. To this day, it kind of remains unsolved. We have no idea what these people were seeing. The woman who said she saw this thing digging through her trash.
Well,
We
what
had another
location?
possible visual.
What location again is this, Eric?
This is Santa Fe, Texas. It's
Okay.
just a little bit, I believe, south west of Houston.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of like a not wetlands, but rural area,
Yeah.
Um, and Doug, when I first started talking about this, a lot of people messaged me, and we're only going to kind of, I can speculate on what they were saying, but I mean, I had a lot of people reaching out to me with different kind of, they were from Santa Fe, the area where this happened. People claiming different things. Uh, One person said it was a mother and a juvenile. That's why there's like a size discrepancy thing going on. One said small, one said big.
Mm.
Someone else said that it was like an escaped chimpanzee from like a chicken farm. Uh,
What?
Someone else, this was probably the craziest one because this guy, he wrote me something pretty amazing. And he was saying, well, it was reported as attacking people. Did the Foyas couldn't find anything from a ape attack or whatever. And so he told me that his son and his son's friend were out. This is speculation, whatever. His son and his friend were out dove hunting, and they see a chimpanzee in the tree, and they're like, "What the heck is that?" It sees them, and I believe they shot it first. They shoot first, and then it went after them and scratched the kid in the face. This is what the guy was telling me,
What?
and that's the report that kicked off everything. The weird thing is that all the reports that I showed you from League City, from Santa Fe, those were all on September 10th was a Tuesday.
But they didn't
That
describe it as a chimp because chimps are very, very distinguished. You just the way they sound, the way they look. We all grew up watching chimps on TV. Chimps. That's the one monkey you can identify, or ape
they
you can
didn't
identify. Chimp.
they did not describe it as, yeah, exactly. At least the police reports. Yeah, exactly. It was
Mm,
weird. Never found anything. I mean, was this like an injured ape kind of roaming around people were seeing?
I don't know.
It's weird, man. They
That's
never found it.
weird.
Dogs, drones, eyewitnesses, reports.
What
Crazy.
year? What year again?
This was 2019.
Oh, it's recent.
Very recent.
Very
Yeah.
recent, and
Is
they
it
should have the
is it
phone
a
calls.
dead end? Is it a dead end at this point?
The only thing I think I could do a little bit further would be to interview the witnesses, and I know who two witnesses are. That's it. The eyewitnesses. That's about it. And it is a dead end after that.
Are you
Yeah.
going? Are you going to do that? Get it on tape or record it?
So I'm actually going out to East Texas and Louisiana, where we can talk about this. Perfectly leads into some other stuff, where I've received 911 phone calls about Bigfoot sightings, about bipedal creature sightings taking place in East Texas. So at the end of this month, I'm going to be out there in East Texas doing some filming. I'm going to be interviewing at least one of the witnesses of this 911 phone call. If you want to pull it up, we can pull it up. It's
Oh,
in
great.
it's in East Texas, not far from this area here. Let me get this one up here. And again, just kind of unexplainable stuff going on here.
You're amazing, Eric.
Oh,
Yeah,
man.
let me I can mention Squatch Mama's comment here. It's seriously impressive how meticulously you organize your slides and photos, and I agree. It makes my job 1,000 times
Oh,
easier.
really?
Most guests do not have their pictures even labeled at all, so
Oh,
I'm kind
man.
of scramble, and it's so I really appreciate that you're so organized.
Yeah,
That
for
you
sure. I
ask for
know.
specific.
Yeah.
You got them
Oh,
all.
no,
all
yeah. Yeah, for
it just
sure.
makes it so
Well,
much easier to know what we're talking about.
oh, yeah.
So
No,
which one
yeah.
you
I
want next?
do want to give you a hard time. If you could pull up 19, it's 19. So
Certainly.
this was in 2023. Yeah, 2023. Okay. So do you guys remember when that Santa Fe incident happened? September 10th, 2019.
Right.
This report that I have from Harrison County, Texas, East Texas, September 10th, same day, 2023, same day, a few years apart, this incident happened. And what this is was a gentleman who has a beautiful piece of property in East Texas, Harrison County, captured an image on his game camera that it's interesting. It's an interesting image. And he called the local police. He called 911 in the area.
Is it
Said,
in your
hey,
book?
it's in my book. Yeah, the image is in the book. Yeah, it's an interesting image. It's He was concerned. I mean, he was concerned enough to call 911 to get help because he was doing his hay, he was raking up his hay or whatever through the machine and sees this thing out there. He was worried about seeing this, calls the authorities. I have the 911 phone call. It's going to be in my documentary. I've spoken to the person. And yeah, he was concerned. He reported this. At first, they took the incident seriously. When they transfer the call, when it's just them, you can kind of hear some laughing in the background, unfortunately. And then what happened was weird. They passed it over to the game warden. So it's like, why did it get passed to the game warden? Why didn't it go to the sheriff's office? You know, that's it's weird to me. But that's what happened. And I can go ahead and read what the report contains. I should have done that actually. Sorry. It says the call happens. It says caller reports that he may have spotted something like Bigfoot on his game cameras near Samuel Road Estates off of the Lovely Road. It says RP was transferred to public service, and it says sighting of Bigfoot on game camera. That's what it says. This is a sheriff's document out of Harrison County, Texas. I have the 911 phone call. This is awesome because I think I have everything from this. I got the image through the FOIA request. I got the report, got the 911 phone call. So it's in a nice little bundle. There's no ambiguity of where this came from, what happened. We know exactly everything about this, which is amazing. And I'm really hoping to get an interview with the man who made this phone call. He said we could, when I go out there, go to the area where this took place and just do some, measurements, investigation. I don't know. I thought it was really interesting. He was concerned enough to call. He's not a Bigfoot guy at all. Didn't know anything about it. He says, no, I heard one story years ago. That's about it.
Wow.
So, interesting.
Yeah, it really is.
Hoping to go out there soon. Yeah. I will be going out there soon. Yeah.
Yeah. And these are all of the people that don't, they're not going to report it to like the BFRO. They're just, to them, it's a police matter.
Exactly. 100%. It wasn't this was not on any Facebook groups. He wasn't seeking any type of attention, publicity. He was concerned, especially when I spoke to him. He's like, I don't know what the heck this thing was. I don't want whatever this is here.
So I want to backtrack. You'd mentioned this one thing, these hunters shot it and it attacked and scratched somebody. Were the scratches serious? Do you have any idea?
Well, this was just a short little message that I had received from someone who had heard me talk about this. Okay. I can't verify if it's true or not, but he told me that they shot it. It came out of the trees and scratched the kid. And that is where the aggressive ape came from, because there is no documentation saying aggressive ape other than the internal email. So only people that were in the know knew about the aggressive part, if you see what I'm saying. It's weird. Yeah. And it's speculative, but that's what this person told me. Yeah, interesting stuff.
It's very crazy. What else you got, Eric? I know you got lots, but
yeah, let's go to image 20 if you can. I don't know how many more I got. I think I got that many more. Oh no, I got some few. Okay,
by the way, Eric, there's a comment up about the county that Verex pulled up. Several reports filed.
It might be there on someone else's part after hearing about it, but I don't think it is.
Large hairy
if you can, try to look for 2023, September 10th is when this happened. Again, it's weird that it happened exactly on the date of that other one, 2019. Yeah. Same thing, really weird. I'm not sure where I want to go from here. I think I want to. That's good. Yeah, you read my mind, Jeff. That's perfect. So a terrified teen spot Bigfoot with glowing eyes in Louisiana forest. This happened last year in Kisatchie National Forest. It made the national news. A group of teenagers were out there celebrating a graduation, and they got terrified, spooked, and they called emergency services to get rescued from National Forest.
You see that word, rescue?
Yeah.
This is apparently a common thing where people get so afraid.
Yeah.
They're afraid to move. They're afraid to, walk anywhere. They want to be rescued.
And I have the phone call of him calling in. He is scared. You can hear it in his voice.
You want to play a tiny bit of it
Let me
somehow?
see. I have it. Give me 1 second. I can.
Yeah,
If you
come
want
on, Eric.
to.
Play a little bit.
Well, it's not in my book, but it's going to be in the documentary. Give me a
That's
second,
fine.
and I will. Give me 1 second here. I'll make it to where you can play it real quick.
Yeah, you can just play it
Yeah,
on your
it's
computer.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's good. I can do that. Yeah.
Yeah, just
Let me
play
find
it.
it here.
We'll hear it.
Okay. Yeah.
And if anybody has questions for Eric, just put them in caps and we will get them to Eric immediately.
Okay, 1 second here. Okay. Oh, I think I need to take. Well, actually, yeah, I might have to take my earbuds out to play it.
Sure, go ahead.
I got my thing. I think I'm like, okay. Let's go.
I think it's worth it, don't you, Jeff?
Absolutely.
A little wait. You can't fake 911 calls. It's pretty tough.
Hold on, sorry. Can you guys still see me?
We lost you now.
No.
Well, I can hear you.
I don't know what's going on now. Welcome to live.
The Men in Black got to him.
I hope not.
I hope not.
We're just getting going. I screwed it up. That's my fault.
Oh, no, we lost him.
He'll come back.
Yeah. Well, what do we talk about in the meantime? Let's see here. What do we got in the chat?
Well, I just, I was going to mention, talk more about these rescues. I was shocked when I saw all of the cases and all of the dots on the map where this search and rescue had to rescue people in Minnesota. Like, it was insane. I was like, holy crap. There was like 20 of them.
Yeah, I imagine, like you said, too, if they transfer it over to search and rescue, there's going to be different record-keeping procedures.
They're not obligated to keep any records.
That's what I mean. They're not.
But they did. They did have files. And it's not going to show up in a FOIA. That's the beauty. That's why they do it. Because the sheriff could have ordered, rescues, but no. They just turn it over and they butt out. And so that's a great tip for anybody wanting to do, a call to their local search and rescue team and say, hey, you ever had any?
Okay, I think I got it. I'm going to crank it.
Yeah, it's fine.
I can hear this.
You know what I do, Eric? I put on my phone, I hold it up to the mic.
Let's see. Here, I'll put my head. I got my earbuds in. I'll put my head next to it. Maybe you can hear it better.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, there you go. One second. Here goes.
21, 14, 29 seconds. Oh, I'm worried. Sorry.
We're not hearing it good enough, Eric.
Give me 1 second. Let me see.
Just put your mic right up. Just hold it up to the speaker.
Let's see.
Condenser mics only work from like inches.
Let me do this here. This will be better.
It sounds like an interesting call. So he's working on playing a 911 call. Yep.
9 seconds.
Can you hear that?
Yep.
911, where's your emergency? Hello? It is. Can I help you?
Hi, we are on the Backbone Trail at the park. We are scared there's something in the woods that we are not sure of, and we would like to leave, but are safe to do so.
woods that you're not sure of?
There was a shadow of a rather large animal. We are in our tent right now, and we would like to leave, but we do not feel the first safe enough to do so.
Okay. And you're on the Backbone Trail? Where exactly are you camping?
Okay. About a mile and a half in, little fire going outside of our tent. We're all seeing, it's about 5 people here. We are seeing a new tent at this moment in time because it's whatever was out there was closed.
Did you hear anything? I'm sorry?
5 foot up. I heard it was a deep growl, and I heard everyone else was kind of hidden their tent, didn't know what else to do.
Do you think something was at 5 foot up, standing on 4 legs or 2 legs?
I'm not too sure. I do not too much. I saw his figure, and I was about 5 foot off the ground.
5 foot off the ground, and you heard a ground?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And you said you're about half a mile in, a mile and a half in off the Backbone Trail.
Yes, sir. Off the trailhead.
Yes.
We're going to pack up and speak now because we feel unsafe.
Okay. And you want somebody to be there when you do that?
Yes. I would like somebody to at least be here. Our ages,
okay. All right. What's your name?
That's about it. Can you guys hear it?
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Cool.
Yeah, it
Doug
wasn't
mics
great.
up
It wasn't
pretty
great, but
Yeah.
the point is he wanted to be rescued.
Yeah,
He
was
wants to
scared.
be arrested.
Yeah, I
Yes,
mean that's the bottom line.
And these are teenagers, a couple of guys out there, bravado, and they cowered in this tent. They were terrified. And he told me about this. I spoke with the witness. I have his phone number on the from the report and everything. And he was like, he was embarrassed, and I probably would have done the same thing. I probably would have done that. He was embarrassed. He's like, yeah, I didn't know what to do. We had a call. I didn't know,
Yeah.
it's freaky. So, they have the 911 call. I have the reports. They
Well, when
didn't
you-
email me the reports. Go ahead.
When you feel your life is truly in danger, it's what people do.
Yeah.
A lot of
Yeah.
people go through life and they've never had their life in danger ever. They just lived a charmed life and they've never felt that panic. And a big unknown creature in your camp is kind of unnerving. So
Exactly.
did they see the animal, or were they just hearing it?
The caller got a little bit of a glimpse of it. Excuse me. It was over 5 feet tall, he said, standing up.
Okay.
Thick. He said it was thick. Like you could see that it was thick, broad.
Yeah.
And it was not far away. He said it was only about like 15, 20 feet from him, not far away at all. Just kind of on the edge of their camp, tormenting them, really. And really weird stuff. No one, from what I've heard, people, it is a publicized event. I've heard researchers saying they're going to go to that area, and I'm sure they did go to that area. But I actually have the GPS coordinates from where this happened. I'm going to be going out there very shortly, and honestly, I'm hoping to find maybe because they didn't pack anything. Their camp should still be there, tent, some supplies. They just left. So if I could go back there and find like this abandoned camp, oh my God, that'd be insane.
Well, we could. If I don't know, do you bring somebody with you, or do you go?
Oh,
alone?
for sure. No, I'm going with a little crew.
Okay.
That's going to help me film this documentary I'm going to be making here.
Good.
I'm looking forward to going to the exact coordinates where this call was, from, and just drone searching the area, looking for their camp. I'm trying to convince the guy who called to go out with us, but I don't think he's going to want to go back out there. I've spoke with him briefly. I don't know. Hopefully I can convince him. But again, this isn't somebody that posted on a Facebook group or anything. This was a 911 call. The other thing about this is that I got the report, Kisatchie National Forest. That's a federal forest, okay? Federally, whatever. I got the report from the Natatoshef Sheriff's Office. I didn't get anything from the feds. And I looked for it. I was like, hey.
Boy, that's suspicious.
That's not only suspicious, that's concerning.
Yeah.
These kids had to be evacuated and you have no record of that?
Right.
That's crazy to me. Like they tried contacting the ranger, nowhere to be found. So insane. Like no record of it, even though it happened in a national, institution. Crazy to me. Bananas.
It
Insane.
kind of pulls the cape off the whole thing. When the National Forest has zero records of a rescue. And we found the same thing, because the reports I had mentioned from search and rescue is also from a national forest. And that's where the stuff just disappears.
Yeah, it's we should have some type of anything really.
Well,
and nope, nothing. Yeah.
Look, if everybody was like you, we would have this mystery solved just in piles and mountains of
the problem is, we missed out on a lot, guys. It's like I told you,
but this is currently going on though, Eric. It's going on every day in this country.
Going on every day, and we need to jump on it when it happens, because again, reports get deleted. 911 calls only can stay on a server for so long. They've got, so it's like if you don't catch it in the moment, it's gone. So the report that the 911 call that you just heard and the other 911 call, those are long gone. The servers don't have them anymore. So this is the only, I believe I'm the only one to have these actual 911 phone calls.
I just can't comprehend. They don't even want to save them. It just, I don't know.
They say it's cost effective or whatever, but
look, nowadays storage is so cheap.
Exactly. Yeah. Storage is so cheap. You got the cloud as an option as well. You could do that.
I couldn't imagine that they could even fill up a terabyte drive in 20 years with 911 calls.
Right there. Those are two federal things. Okay. Do you remember the one I showed you in Dino National Park? Not approved by supervisor, little short thing. That's federal. And then we have this that should be federal, nothing. So they're just giving us like a little bit of breadcrumbs. They're not giving us anything, Is that by design? Is that, it's interesting when you look at it like that.
Story unto itself. What else we got?
Let's see.
Don't you like the way I word that? What else you got, Eric?
I love it. What do you guys think so far? I mean,
this is awesome. This is fascinating.
It's and like I said,
how I can tell it's fascinating? People in chat go silent.
I haven't seen chat. I haven't even looked at it.
No, it's fine. They go silent because they're listening.
Yeah, and like I said, unfortunately, we missed out on a lot of calls, a lot of 911. Actually, let's do that one. We have that one. We do have that one. Let's do that. Okay. If you could pull up 17(3). We haven't talked about this one yet.
Okay,
super similar. Yeah, no worries. So this is a case that took place in Cincinnati, Ohio in 2021. Now you remember that I call it the ape sighting spree that took place in Santa Fe, Texas.
Yep.
The one where, the scratches in the face or whatever. That was a few years before this. And then this happens. And it's just really weird. No monkeys found in Cincinnati after multiple 911 phone calls. Now this, we actually, there's video of this. There's video of these apes in a tree. It's not the best video, but there is video of it.
Really?
There is video of it. It's on like YouTube and a couple of other news. It's a grainy looking video, but you can clearly see some type of ape creatures, at least 4 of them, sitting in this tree. It's wild.
In Cincinnati.
A guy in Cincinnati, yeah. Wow. A guy took video of it. His name was Lucky something, and he's in the news and everything. So I did the FOIA request. I got his original call that he made and talked about, and I want to pull up. Let's see. Could you pull up 18, please?
Yep.
So this is one of the 4 reports that I got from this incident. This is really crazy. Okay, if you can see that it has multiple callers or users, they had at least 6 or 7 911 phone calls. All of these reports are combined into one incident report. I've never seen that before.
What?
Every call should have their own incident number report. This was all bundled into one thing, which is
why do you think they bundled it to cover it up?
I think there was so much going on. It was like happening in real time. They were getting a call, they get another call. Like That's my only reason, unless they're trying to cover something up. They put it all together. I mean, it's really weird. Unfortunately, again, I called. Hey, I want the 911 phone calls. Sorry, only keep them for 90 days. Don't have them anymore. So we've missed at least like 8 or 9 phone calls from this event. Again, people describing what they're seeing. We're never going to hear that, which sucks. But we do have some pretty good descriptions in this 911 phone call.
Yeah, can
I
you
just
read
want to,
some of them?
yeah. Well, let me start at the top.
Okay.
This was like it was one day and it kind of led into the next day. So this is the report of the second day after the first call, the video the guy put out or whatever. There was 2 reports. There was a lot of reports, but they combined it into 2 like incidents reports, which is weird. But this happened at 9:43 a.m. the next day. This is local county sheriff or whatever. So it says AC from Mike King from the Department of Agriculture requesting a call from someone that can give him more information regarding the monkey situation. So the Department of Agriculture is like, hey, we want to know what's going on over there. Why are people seeing monkeys running around? Why is there a video on the internet of monkeys running around? Interesting. And then it says, at this time, we can't provide any information. So I don't even think they called back the Department of Agriculture. And then we have someone who called that's a different name. And it says AC from, I'm not going to say the name, redacted, calling from American Primate Education Sanctuary. So the sheriff's office was calling all different people trying to get help for this. They called the zoo, it wasn't theirs. They were trying to get someone equipped to handle a monkey, like with tranquilizers and stuff, taking it really seriously. It says that they were equipped to rescue monkeys, the sanctuary. Let me find this other one here. Okay, it says, spoke with resident at 8th and Harrison Department last night. Video seen. So they saw the video of this. At least 4 or more last seen through the woods at EB and Cemetery. No sign on camera of residents. Unknown who they belong to. Has been advised to contact PIO. So we've got at least 4 monkeys, apes on the loose in this area. And some more stuff here.
First off, if they were domesticated monkeys or from a zoo or a pet, they don't go in the woods.
You wouldn't think.
They stay in the cities, where they know, where everything's familiar. They don't head to the woods.
The cool thing about this call incident was that unlike the one in Santa Fe, Texas, I think at least 3 people were interviewed about this, came forward. One woman saw them next to her garbage cans, said they were at least like 4 feet tall, long arms, no tails, long arms. That was near her garbage can. She gave an interview to the local news about this. I couldn't find a report about it. This is what she told them. And again, the other guy who took the video said they were big, didn't see any type of tail or anything. Nothing about that in the reports. And it gets really weird if I can read this next part right here. Again, another call from somebody else compiled into this. Complainant was watching the news and was told if they have info, ... Complainant advised her dog was barking at a screaming creature in the tree on Easter, and it was a monkey. This is not even the same time frame. This is a different day she's talking about. She saw this thing, and her dog went after it in a tree. It was screaming at it. On Easter, it was a monkey. Then it ran to the top of the tree of a swaying tree. The body of the monkey was koala bear size. Monkey last seen Easter Sunday. Can call if needed and wanted to confirm. So we've got someone calling saying, hey, I saw this thing on Easter. It was in the trees running, in the tree. My dog barked at it, went to the top of the tree. It was screaming at my dog. And she said it was a monkey. It's crazy. The size of a koala. And then here you can kind of see where the cover-up kind of starts right here. They talk about another person separate. Again, we should have a separate call for her. Advised that she could hear monkeys up in a tree at her location. Sounds only recorded, no visual. I don't know where that recording is. It should have been in the FOIA request. Can hear some kind of animal sounds from the woods, no visual. Woods at intersection of Goodall and Brackenwoods. And then it says right here, this is where no monkeys, just owls. Just located owls. Incident has been closed. About an hour later, Shasta police go to another location, heard monkeys in a backyard that are no
So,
longer there.
so they blame it on like barred owls, and
They blame it on owls.
Nothing to see here.
They blame
Nothing
it on
to see
owls,
here. Move
man.
along.
Oh God.
After video, multiple people seeing this, a woman saying that it went out and her dog barked at it. The monkey screamed at her dog. It went up and swung around in a tree. Owls don't do that. It's weird. It's weird. And this just kind of reminds me so much of that Santa Fe interaction. Had so many people out there looking for it, didn't find anything. With all the modern technology, drones, dogs, radios, everything, nothing. This is 2 cases where we have in modern America where we can't find monkeys running around. Are they truly monkeys? Is it something else? Interesting.
So apparently these monkeys were as tall as a garbage can.
Yep.
Long arms.
Long arms. Yep.
It sounds like juvenile Bigfoots is what it sounds like.
I have I think that I have to include the other one in here. So I have 3 more of those. This is probably the most significant one. The other one was the guy who took the video. He basically says the same things, 3 to 4 foot tall. He says they were walking down the street. He says this, and they're walking down the street. Yeah. We never got any closure for this either. Yeah. No 911 phone calls.
Crazy.
Yeah. Just it just happens too often, man. It seems like it. I don't know really.
Monkeys.
It's a weird it's a weird thing. Let's see what else we got.
What you got, Eric? What you got?
Okay. Let's see.
I love this. This is interesting as heck. I'm digging this.
Yeah. Well, what do you guys think about those monkeys? Was it just the
Well, I think it's a chance it could be
juvenile
juvenile Bigfoots.
Well, the fact that they just closed it out and didn't really get curious is odd. You'd think let's just assume that it's just chimpanzees from someone's private collection. Wouldn't you be really concerned about getting it under control and
right.
capturing them?
It's owls, it's like that's it. It's owls, guys.
That doesn't, that's just strange that they would just let it go.
And then less than an hour later, somebody else calls, hey, we see monkeys. The fact that they compiled all this stuff into we should have at least 8, 9 reports, individual reports, 911 phone calls, all that stuff. And they just bulked it together. Here you go. This is it.
That's
we
weird.
Should have that
though.
audio.
That's just weird.
Yeah, everything they're talking about, we should have. They said that audio was recorded. We should have that video. They saw the video. That should be in there. None of that's included. And all you can find is a really grainy video from a news agency.
How black and big were the blurry video of them? How big did they look to you, Eric?
Oh, at least 4 feet, at least.
Okay.
I feel like you can see legs dangling. That's what I feel like. You can see legs dangling. Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. It is interesting. It's out there. Again, no closure. We don't know what this was. We should know.
It's like a flap. It's a flap of monkeys.
A flap
of monkeys. Okay.
So we have the Santa Fe incident, which is right in that neighborhood. We've got the Harrison County Bigfoot sighting, which is just a little bit of ways. We got the Kisatchie National Forest, which just a little east. And then if you follow that line against Ohio right there, it's interesting. If you follow the reports, weird stuff.
Yeah, I mean, that area is known. I mean, just south of there is, it's a lot of forest.
Yeah. You hear all types of interesting stuff going out there. And now it was just stories, but now we have the documentation. People are seeing things. 911 was contacted. It's no longer just stories. It's factual data.
Yeah, because if you go north of Cincinnati, I think it's north, you hit Salt Fork area.
Yeah. I've heard of that. Yeah.
Say, I just pulled the video off of YouTube.
Oh, cool.
Well, good for you.
I haven't watched it yet, so I apologize in advance if there's any kind of inappropriate
I
don't think there is.
content. But let's take a look here.
There we go.
They're just sitting up there.
That's it. Yeah.
They were swinging from the trees. Hey, there's one down below you.
It's right there. Look,
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, I'm too blind for that.
Look, it's all here.
Oh my god. Bestie,
Look, there's
look.
3 of them right there.
Oh.
Look, right there. There's 3 of them right there.
That's fascinating.
They're right there.
Somebody has a collection of them.
You would think they would react to the light. They're just sitting
Right
there.
here.
Just sitting there, man. It's weird.
It's just
yeah,
weird.
Don't they look big?
They're not gonna
They
look
look
around
small.
right now.
Yeah, they do.
They're
They look pretty big.
They look hefty.
They're not monkeys.
I don't think they're monkeys. I do
No.
not. No tails.
They're
Yeah, no.
apes. They're some
Everything
kind of
from
an
what
ape.
people as tall as a garbage can, long arms.
Yeah, they're some
I
kind of
mean,
ape.
I have that guy's report. That guy's name was Lucky. I have his report. It's in the book.
Mm.
Everything he talked about. It's all in. Yeah, I have everything from there.
And the guy goes, they were swinging from the trees.
Swinging from the trees,
Yeah.
and that's in there. That's someone else says that in a different report. So, not even corroborate.
Have
They're
you
not
ever
talking to each
seen?
other.
Have you ever seen that upstate wood? It's not Woodstock, but it's in that area where it looks like a Bigfoot. Like a big.
Oh yeah, I have
Bigfoot
seen that.
walks up
Yeah.
to the tree, and one of the thing on its back
Oh, I
leaps
have
up
seen that. Yeah.
into the tree and is like swinging and swinging.
Yeah,
up
I've got
in
no
the trees.
explanation for that. I think
I
that's
was-
kind of similar. Yeah.
I was like one of the first guys Matt Moneymaker sent that to me many years ago to start
That's
analyzing it. And it's just like unexplained, but it looks like the thing is a juvenile Bigfoot because
I remember, yeah.
you have to kind of infer when a big husky wide creature walks up to a tree and then something small leaps up into the tree.
Oh yeah.
People are saying, well, it's a guy with his pet. And I'm like, yeah,
Right.
it's not a guy.
No, I've seen that. The way that thing's moving is incredible, and that thing it's standing on. It's amazing.
It says,
I got no explanation for that.
somebody mentioned there's an interview too of the guy or something. Let's see.
Oh, I got to hear that. Yeah.
Says Kenny says, would using the term monkey instead of Bigfoot in search terms help the U.S. armchair researchers? Yes.
I
for
think so.
sure it
Yeah,
would.
I think so. Yeah, I mean, I think a lot of the documents you've seen, people have classified these things as monkeys, if that's what they are, or whatever. I think that's just a common terminology when people don't know what they're seeing.
Yeah,
They just
it's a monkey.
associate it with something. Yeah, it's a monkey. Yeah, it's a monkey.
And then apparently Stephanie says, Jeff, exactly. Did you get the video of the interviews? Apparently
No,
there's some
I
interviews
didn't
on
go any
YouTube.
further. I just saw that.
I'll take
and
a
I-
look. See if you can find it. Let's move on and then we can come back. Jeff, see if you can find something.
Yep.
Let's go ahead and move
Yeah.
on to a new story. That was great.
If you have a second, Jeff, it's 22. What it is.
Yep.
22.
Can do.
This is kind of I think this is up in your neck of the woods here, guys. I don't know where you are, Jeff, but I know you're up north.
Yep,
here, Doug.
I'm in Minnesota. We're both near
Okay, cool.
Minneapolis.
Cool. What's the weather like up there?
Hot.
It's like 100 over here, 95.
Yeah, it's unusually hot. It's going to hit 90 on Friday up here.
That's too much. Okay, so this is from, I don't know how you say it, Washtenaw County Sheriff's Office. I hope I'm saying that right. And I believe that is near Ann Arbor, Michigan. This was taken again in September 9/26/2022 at midnight. Yeah, 12:31 a.m. Location redacted, dispatch offense redacted. Let's go ahead and read this. At the bottom, it says the narrative by, gives the name of the officer. It says Wild Clear. I guess that's Wild Clears. I guess it's Wild Clear. I don't know. Okay, Toe Beat. Dawn's, okay. Whatever. Okay, so midnight, 12:32. Caller out in the wilderness in a Jeep at Tree Farm. Just heard someone yell outside. Caller thinks it's Bigfoot again. Wild Clears. Caller says he wants to go to the hospital to get out of the tree farm. HVA to stage Wandersome. I don't know what that is. A back to line trooper could move the sidebar to the left to open the fence, was calling for extra ETA. Secure HVA. So this was a guy who was basically stranded in a tree farm in the middle of the night and after midnight. For whatever reason, he calls the emergency services, saying that he hears someone screaming out there, and he says, "I think it might be Bigfoot again," which again is really interesting. Why he included that. This guy was taken to the hospital. We know he was taken to the hospital, and guess what happens when he goes to the hospital?
What?
It's a HIPAA exemption. We don't get any more information.
Oh,
So
how convenient.
we know this guy references Bigfoot. It seems like he's injured and he's taken to the hospital. So it's weird. I mean, I've talked about this, and people are like, was he attacked? Was his vehicle attacked? What happened? Again, this is one of those rescues, Doug. He had to be rescued from the area. He's terrified. Claims Bigfoot is yelling. It just follows kind of that same pattern of people trying to relocate from an area where they feel in danger because of alleged Bigfoot.
Yeah.
It's weird, man. It's interesting. I hit 911, and again, like I said, no more information because it's FOIA.
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, this one was cool, but it just really kind of, I would have loved to hear that phone call, right? Imagine hearing that phone call. Unfortunately, again, the agencies, they deleted after 60, 90 days. So no phone call, but would have been cool. Would have been cool to hear the panic in his voice. I see big, what did he exactly say? What did he really say? We don't know what he really said. There's no transcript. Why
Is there
transcript?
is there any way, Eric, you could do a blanket? You could take a hotspot area and do a blanket FOIA request saying any future 911 calls.
Oh, any future 911 phone calls?
Yeah, do a future FOIA.
I wish
I
that
invented
would be
I invented a new name.
I
future
like it.
FOIA.
That would be awesome, Doug. We wouldn't miss anything. We
A
wouldn't miss
preemptive
anything.
FOIA.
Golly.
But what would it hurt to try? I mean, you never know. Maybe
I'll
they'd
look
start
into it.
gathering. Maybe they'd
I'll
start
look into
gathering
it.
for you.
Maybe there's no law that says you can't. So
No, never hurt
interesting.
anybody.
Oh, okay, cool.
Future FOIAs.
I just found something good. We'll talk.
It's
about
like
this.
a future pardon, right?
Right? Yeah.
You pardon
exactly.
somebody even they haven't committed a
Exactly.
crime for
That's
anything
right.
they might do or might get accused.
It's a good point.
of.
That's a good point.
Yeah. They can do that. You ought to be able to do future FOIAs.
Right. So let's take a trip to Florida.
All right.
Let's see what Florida's got.
I'm closing my eyes. Let's go.
Okay, so again, this was an internal email, never meant to reach the light of day. Got this through an email server. So I actually got this. I believe I got this. Oh no. Okay, yeah. So I got this from the Fish and Wildlife of Florida.
Okay.
And this is from a Guano Tomato Matanes National Research Reserve. So it's a research reserve in Florida. It's very restricted. And I'll just read you what the title says. The title subject line of this email is called Track Casts. So it says,
Oh, is that number 24?
Oh, sorry. I didn't. Yeah, sorry. I thought I told you. I got excited here.
That's
24.
okay. I found it.
That's it. Yeah.
You're so organized, you don't even need to tell Jeff. He just knows.
Well, you kind of have to be with these, with these.
He's really
emails
organized.
and
I
stuff,
appreciate
or else
it.
you'll lose them. Yeah, you'll lose them. Coincidentally. Okay, so it says, "Hey Christine, I checked the tracks about 11 p.m. today, and none of them were completely dry. Mind you, this guy said he's checking the tracks at 11 p.m. pitch black in a swamp in Florida. What the hell? Why are you checking tracks at that late at night? Crazy." It says the Bigfoot track was almost dry, but the toes were still wet. Probably because we used the remix plaster on those, and the plaster mixed in the field on the rest of the foot. We're going to give them all another 2 days to dry before I go back out to get them. Sorry about the pre-mixing idea. Live and learn, though. Some good news. The deer raccoon cast Sunday were good, and you'll be able to use those. And then the bottom one is really interesting. I think this last line is really interesting. If they are still not dry by Wednesday, he's talking about the Bigfoot tracks, I'll make some new ones on the tracks I can find out there with the correct plaster cast of procedures. So he talks about casting Bigfoot tracks in this
He's
Florida
talking
park.
about procedures. What the hell did he mean
Procedures,
by
yeah.
that? That's kind of a loaded word he's using.
Yeah, and the fact that he's saying like he's checking the swamp at 11 p.m. What the heck are you doing? Like, are you doing this in the cover of darkness so people don't see you going out to this area? Like,
Yeah.
really weird. And the fact that he says like, oh, I'll cast some more on the ones I could find out there. Like, they're just readily available out there. It's crazy. I thought that was really interesting. And again, these people never thought this was gonna get to public. They're comfortable talking amongst each other.
It's another case of the hairless monkeys.
It's something.
Code word,
Right.
hairless monkeys.
It's definitely something. So yeah, that's the one I got out of Florida. I've got some interesting stuff out of Florida. I've had I didn't put this in there because it's kind of a dead end, but it says Chaka photos, and it's from another park. These two internal employees are kind of discussing what they think is in this image that they're sharing. That image should be in the email chain that I received through the FOIA, but it's not. One guy says, "Oh, it looks like a Bigfoot," and the other guy says, "It looks like a kid with like a ghillie suit on or something." And so they're kind of debating on what this image is. I can't see what the image is. So I'm doing another FOIA request to see if I can get that actual image that they're kind of talking about in there.
And
That'd
who
be
are
awesome.
these people? I wish I could read the headline. I can't.
Oh,
for it.
this one is
Who are these people?
so this
from?
was taken
What?
taken on 2010. This was in 2010, and the person at the bottom is the information specialist, Christy. Yeah. I got that out of Florida. I've got these guys kind of sharing a photo of a giant hog, and they're kind of talking amongst themselves. They say, between this hog and Bigfoot, we know why people go missing and stuff like that. It was interesting.
Really?
I mean, yeah, was it jest or not? I mean, it's interesting that
Yeah, right. Are they
it's
joking?
interesting. Right, yeah. You
I
shouldn't be
wouldn't.
really joking about that
I
stuff.
wouldn't
but-
think they were. I
Right.
wouldn't think.
Yeah, you would think. But it's
Gosh.
interesting. They were like, oh, between this and, Bigfoot, we know how people go missing. It's crazy. Yeah.
Before it gets
Yeah,
too late,
so-
we need to talk about
Oh, is
the
it late?
cage.
Yeah, I think I got like one more, maybe.
Oh,
I think I
sure,
got,
sure. Which one?
more. Let me double check. So it is it says 25. It's not a document, but the document is in my book. This is kind of what the document is referring to. And it's kind of hard to see, but if you guys are aware, a lot of researchers, especially out of Florida, talk about the no taking of skunk ape claws in some of these parks in Florida. I actually got this not through a state, but through federal. I got this through a federal Fish and Wildlife FOIA request, which is really
Can
interesting.
you blow that up, Jeff, a little
I
bit?
can't.
Oh.
No.
I'll read it. I can read
Yeah,
it.
read
It just
it,
says
Eric.
it just says specific hunting regulations, hogs, no size or bag limit for hogs. It says take them all hogs during the hunt season. And then at the bottom, it says designated archery areas only, crossbows allowed, coyote may be taken during archery muzzle loading season. And at the bottom, the very last thing it says there is no taking of swamp or skunk apes. And that was a brochure that was published in a couple of I know for a fact in a couple of nationally preserved parks, the ones that like the federal government kind of takes care of. And that's where I know for a fact why that clause was put in there. There's no speculation. I have the document. I got it from the actual ranger who talked about it. And it's written from the ranger. I'm trying to find it here, sorry. It's written from the ranger about why he decided to include the no taking of skunk ape claws. Got it right here. Okay, so it's not that far ago. And again, I got this through the federal. And it basically says that, I'll read it to you. While I do not have an easily findable administrative record of this phone call, I may have written a note in my yearly notebooks. In or around 2008, I received a phone call from this gentleman who had a YouTube channel, and he called himself Mothman. And his phone call, the gentleman thanked the refuge for stating in their annual no hunt brochure that there is no taking of swamp or skunk apes during our hunt season. I was inclined to include the no take clause in the annual hunt brochure due to an undocumented in-person conversation I had with a hunter. Who advocated me to not allow this and to clearly state that in our hunt brochure. This I did. The gentleman then phoned me as he hunts in the lower Swanee. He spoke with me for close to an hour and exhorted me to look at his channel to see lengthy interviews with hunters who witnessed the swamp or skunk ape. They are known as Sasquatch or Bigfoot in this part of the U.S. So that's a document right there that a hunter, we don't exactly know. It's weird because he kind of refers to two people in that, I think. He's referring to someone who wanted to thank him for putting that in there. And then I'm not sure if it's the same or another hunter who was actually able to convince him to include this no take of skunk ape clause in this brochure. It's really kind of muddled on the information of that, but we know for a fact that the guy was persuaded by a hunter to not include a no taking of skunk ape clause.
Yeah.
What in the world did this guy show him? What did he show him to make him say you can't take a skunk ape? I believe he did show him something pretty interesting in there.
That's
to
funny.
convince him. But yeah,
All
it's,
right. Well, let's
no
get
taking
out
of
of
skunk ape.
let's get out of FOIA and let's go down and actually up and then down on this strange thing that you found.
Cool. Yeah.
Maybe you can just tell the story briefly because this is so weird. It's extremely weird.
Yeah. I had found this structure while doing my research in the area. And again, I kind of got a lot of flack from some of the Bigfoot people when this documentary came out because they were like, oh, it's not focused on Bigfoot 100%. I wasn't trying to make a Bigfoot documentary. I was trying to make a documentary on the Brushy Creeks because of all the weird stuff that happened. And so while I'm doing this, a longtime friend of mine, reached out to me saying, hey, my brother's a construction worker. And him and his buddy found this. I think it was like last year, a couple months before. And he was like, I thought you'd be interested in looking at it. And all the footage is in my documentary. There's a guy holding up the phone vertically, and he's filming these guys as they're discovering this hole in the ground that was covered up by sticks and dirt. And they're removing all this stuff, and they find this weird structure. And it's like a little stone structure, circular stone structure.
But to be clear, if somebody would have walked on top of that brush, they would have fallen into it.
Oh yeah. So it took me about two weeks to find this actual area. The guy didn't give me any location because I don't think he could give me a precise location. He didn't know the coordinates or anything like that. So I used GPS to kind of search the area. And after like 2 weeks, I was able to find this. And we weren't prepared to find it because we'd been out there before, didn't think we were going to find anything. So we actually found it and we're like, oh, let's check it out. So we're totally ill prepared for it. And, but that's kind of what was in the documentary. But no one would have been able to find this place. It was covered up. It's like they tried to hide it or something. And the construction workers only found it because they were building some power lines through that area,
right
near that area. So yeah. And the video is like, the guys are terrified. You could see the guy, and he's just kind of like his hand shaking. You see a guy standing outside of it, just kind of like, I'm not going in there. It's weird. And I don't blame them. If you're stumbling upon this, it's just creepy as hell. If you want to take a look at some more of these pictures, that's my friend David.
You can kind of flip through them. And
you can flip through all of them. Yeah. So that's the actual face right there.
Okay. So this is this is down in a hole.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just think this. It's up a mountain, then down a hole. Someone builds this very Bigfoot-like, or carves, or I don't even know how they made it. It's what, concrete?
It's like concrete, and maybe like some other stuff that they put
Hydrocal.
on top of it. Yeah, to kind of help foreman or whatever.
But it's
You have
clearly a cartoon representation of
Oh,
a
yeah.
Bigfoot. Clearly.
I'm really interested in those dots under the eyes. They're like dots, like almost like a like
Are there
an
more?
islander.
Are there more pictures, Eric?
Yeah, there should be a couple more in there. Yeah, it's weird. You can see the size of it. My buddy stands next to it. It's huge. It's about his size. And right next to it, I don't know if you can see that. There's like a breathing hole.
Yeah.
So it's weird. Like a lot of people said, what were they saying? A root cellar and stuff like that. But when you see the breathing holes and the giant face, and also the stone door, it kind of
The door is the next thing. That's
the door. That's it. Yeah.
So this is the door, but it locks, so you can lock something in.
Yeah. There's no handle, anything from the inside. It only locks from the outside. That's it. Right there.
So you lock something inside it, not outside.
And that door was made in like the 1940s. It was able to stand a nuclear blast.
It was like a vault. Yeah, it's a vault door.
It was a vault door. Yeah. Mosler, I think, was the company that built it. They're no longer out, I think.
Yeah. What was the name of the company again?
Mosler.
Yeah.
Mosler. Yeah.
It's all coming back.
Yeah. It's creepy. I mean, it's thick old door.
So the weight of it was crazy.
Oh my God. Yeah. It was over, I think, 1,300 pounds.
Yeah.
Something wild. And that frame alone, I think the frame might be. Yeah.
So how do you haul a 1,300-pound door up a mountain?
Okay.
And then dig down a hole.
Yeah.
And then build this. It was like a natural cave that they walled it off.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And then installed a door and bars and so
But I mean,
on.
there's trees and brush everywhere. There's no machine that you can drive up to it. Like you'd have to cut all that stuff down. No road.
Yeah. It's very clear there's no road to get here.
No road to get there. Middle of nowhere.
And then the fact it was hidden with a lot
like
of
they
blood.
buried it. Yeah. So they dug it out. It was partially buried. They dug it out. There was a bunch of sticks on top, but they removed it all. And this is what was left. And
do you have any of the interior? Because I know you went.
I think I have the inside of the frame.
Yeah,
it should be in there. And the inside there's no handle on that door. That's the inside right there. That's one of the frame. That's the piece of the frame. If you want, let me see if I can. If you want to play a video of it, I think. Let me see. Give me 1 second. I'll. Let's go play it.
Yeah, it is insane because for what reason?
Yeah, exactly.
If you're going to build it for you as like a bomb shelter or whatever, you're going to have a doorknob on the inside, not just on the outside, not the lock on the outside. It was meant to hold something in. And then, of course, everybody's mind thinks, oh, is this like a serial killer's domicile that he built to, and did you ever get a hold of the police on this, Eric, and report it?
No.
Okay. You should.
I don't know if I should.
I don't know if you should.
Well, I don't know if we should have been there, honestly.
Well, was there any no church? There was no like.
I didn't see anything like that. No, but we did try to go back, maybe a year or two ago, about a year and a half ago, and the whole area was painted in purple, purple dashes, purple fence post. I don't know if you guys know about the purple fence post law, but in Texas, the purple fence post law means if you pass the purple fence, they can shoot without question. It's just you're open season. They can shoot without asking any questions.
Okay, so this particular landmark, whatever it may be, had some purple painted.
After this documentary came out, yeah, there was a lot of purple everywhere. All through there was purple. So,
really?
And we learned about that in elementary school, not to pass the purple.
I've never heard that. I've never heard that.
I'm not familiar with that either. It's interesting.
Yeah, you look it up. It's a real thing. I don't know if you saw that thing I sent you, Jeff. I sent you something on Facebook, I think. I'm going to email it to you. But that video has a little bit of the interior.
How thick were those walls, Eric? How thick were the walls? That wall?
It was, man, at least a foot and a half thick, maybe.
And is it true it was a natural cave that they walled off?
So, I mean, this area is just full of caves everywhere. We're part of the Balcones Escarpment, And like I said, Harryman Road is full of caves. Houses have caved in. Caves everywhere. And while I was researching this, I actually found a document from the Central Texas Spelunking group that goes to look for caves and stuff.
Yep.
And they documented over 500 caves in my county alone. And they were estimating there could be like 3,000 undiscovered caves. So, I mean, it's caves everywhere, all over the place. And some of these caves, they found like ancient rope from the native tribes that were out there. They would like climb down. They found ancient rope. There's one that was in my town. I think they blocked it off now, but it was called Breathing Cave. The reason it was called Breathing Cave is you would be able to put like a 2x4 in this small entrance, and it would blow out. Like force from the cave would blow this 2x4 out. And the University of Texas went out there. They did some investigations, and they thought their equipment was broken. They wanted to go back out there and retest it because they said that when they measured it, what was happening was it was like a gigantic stadium-sized chamber forcing air into this small chamber, which was causing this explosion of air. And but the size of it again would have been like a stadium underneath the ground. So they thought that there's something had malfunctioned, and they were going to come back and test it, and they never did. So that was caves everywhere.
Pretty interesting.
Yeah, this is it right here.
All right, I'll play this video for you.
Yeah, this is part of the documentary. You don't have to play the audio. I don't want you to get in trouble. That's just some graffiti we found. Really weird binary code. So that's the original video.
It's bizarre.
Yeah. And we didn't find the end of the cave. It just went like all different areas down to, yeah. This is just like a slow motion of it, but yeah. So this is the actual construction workers when they were digging it out.
So was there dirt in there too, or just sticks?
There was a lot of dirt by the entrance, by the sides, by the door. There was a good amount of dirt that I don't know if it came from the outside in.
Yeah.
Most likely, yeah. But yeah, that's.
So you're pretty sure it was abandoned or whatever.
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it was definitely abandoned. Yeah. For whatever reason, I mean, yeah.
God, I'd love to know the history of this place.
Yeah. And we went in there like, idiots without any gear, and that door could have closed, and no one would have known, man.
Yeah. No.
Terrifying. Yeah.
It's like it's right out of a real creepy movie.
Definitely creepy. Yeah. It's my friend David. Really nice guy. Fearless. This guy was fearless.
I don't think I'd mess with David.
No, David wanted to keep going. He's like, flashlights? We don't need flashlights. I'm like, what are you talking about? We don't need flashlights.
We don't need no stinking badges.
Exactly. Yeah, he was fearless. I'm not.
Gosh,
yeah, so somebody put a lot of work into this thing. Breathing holes, the face.
I wish you had a close up of the face.
I think I get close to it here. Give me a second.
I want to see the eyes.
Yeah. So that's the size of it. I mean, it's massive. There's the door.
Did it have a combination lock on it?
No. It might have. Something broke off in the front, it looked like. So we couldn't tell. I think it was a...
Oh, there it is. There we go.
Yeah,
there we go.
Right, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
It looks like a whacked out Bigfoot.
And it's got lines like hair. That's kind of what I interpreted at. Like it's like...
It'd be cool to show this to would be Scott Wolter.
Okay. I've heard that name talked about before. He does like stone stuff, right?
Yeah, he does a lot of like weird structures and like that Galt area. He ages things, and I think he kind of made a name for himself working on the rune stone.
Okay, yeah.
Up here in Minnesota, that was said to be had Viking inscriptions on it, and whether it was fake or it was really old, the Vikings really were there, and it's still controversial. To him, it was real.
Oh yeah,
this wasn't a casual effort. This is somebody put a lot of effort.
Oh no, but the problem was, Jeff, how do you get up there? How do you haul a
How do
1,300-pound
you
door?
haul it? Yeah.
There's
Well, you
no
can figure
roads.
that out, but the reason, it's just why. I mean, that's a big
Why?
project.
Why?
You had to have a really good reason. And you're not doing that on a whim. It's not kids doing it to screw around. I mean, there's a reason they put it there.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I haven't heard a good one yet, you know.
The only thing I could think of is I know the Park Service will seal off caves that are dangerous, but A, it would still be sealed, and B, there'd be a record of it. I mean, it would be public knowledge. It'd be posted. You know what I mean? 'Cause that is kind of normal, but it would be clearly posted.
We've got caves all
records.
over. We've got caves all over that have been sealed off, and normally they have big bars. They've got bars in front of them. They're everywhere here.
Yeah.
There's a famous one called Airman's Cave, which is a little bit more in the central area of from where I am, and this is rumored like it goes so far. There's like these gigantic like Superman crystals at the end of this place. Only like 4 people have ever gotten to the end of it. One guy, he writes this awesome journal about it. I think it took him 12 hours to like crawl to the end of this thing. Insane. But yeah, there are just caves everywhere. Airman's Cave, if anyone's interested. There's a lot of rumors and speculations about that one too. But
So
yeah, I don't know.
So you don't feel like you'd be welcome to go back there? Confident?
No, not while that purple stuff is there. No, I don't want to take a chance yet. I'm not joking. We learned about that in elementary school.
I don't blame you.
Like I remember the day, like a sheriff came up. He's like, "Hey kids, we got a new law. It's like, don't pass the fence or you'll get shot in the face." It's crazy.
So there's got to be more you can do on that.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, I've talked to locksmiths about the door and stuff, seeing if I can get any more information, like to see who it was sold to and stuff like that. There was no serial number on it. We looked everywhere for a serial number, couldn't find it. And that was odd. They said it should have had a serial number. They told us where it should have been, and couldn't find it. Yeah. So
it's in Texas, Nick.
Yep, Central Texas, the Hill Country.
Yep.
Yeah, we call it the Hill Country.
How far from your home is this?
Oh, it's 30 minutes, maybe 25, 30 minutes.
You should go there every day then, Eric.
Oh, they got the purple, Doug. I would be if they didn't have that purple.
Wow. Obviously you take that very, very seriously.
Yeah, that would give me pause.
Yeah. You have to. No, I mean, growing up here, I've been chased off with a shotgun before, so.
Yeah, I gotcha.
So.
Gosh, it's so creepy. So everybody in chat, if you could tell us what you think it is, don't be shy. Type in what you think it is.
I mean, I've heard like dungeon,
That's what, I mean,
like
it's got dungeon vibes, man.
It's got dungeon vibes. It does got dungeon vibes, yeah.
And that's why I'm wondering if you shouldn't report it to the police. If you're done with it, you won't go back.
Yeah, that's actually.
And you have the coordinates. Valid. I would call the police department.
Yeah, I might do that, Doug. That's valid. Yeah.
Because
and then
the problem
do a FOIA
is
request for the report afterwards.
Yeah, right.
Have you ever done a FOIA on this thing? I don't know.
Doug, I try not to do. I used to do FOIAs in my area, and I don't do them anymore.
Oh,
once I learned we don't have a medical examiner, I don't do them anymore.
I gotcha.
I don't do them anymore.
Oh,
and I could go on with that because there's some really
scary
controversial stuff that's happened in the town.
Yeah.
But that's a whole documentary by itself, honestly. And I'm not going to do it.
I didn't hear a word you said.
There you go. Yeah. Thank you.
I don't know anything you're talking about. All right. Oh, God, thank you so much, Eric.
That's about it. Yeah.
And
I really appreciate it.
Can we get you back when you get your doc done?
Absolutely. I would love to come on and show you guys. Yeah,
this has been great. This stuff is interesting as heck.
And let's stay in touch. I will be in touch on my results on the job.
I was going to ask you. Yes, I was going to ask you about that. Yeah.
Yes.
Good. Do you want to show it?
Sure.
Cool. I'm cool.
Do I sent you the?
I sent you.
Well, do
you want to what you did with it?
Well, you could do that too. Sure. Okay. It's kind of weird.
Does Jeff have it? Well, can you show up the original first?
No, I kept my word. I didn't share it with anybody.
Good. I'll send it to you real quick, Jeff. 1 second.
Sure.
I kept my word. I shared it with
I appreciate that.
Eric. So basically, it's a jaw. He got a photo from a FOIA, and I think the FOIA was up in Alaska, but the
It was
actual
actually, it was in California. That was my bad. I'm not California, Washington. Excuse me.
Washington. Sorry.
Washington, sorry.
He told me that once and never left my head. So it was Washington. He gets this FOIA, and they're talking about this jawbone. And the jawbone apparently doesn't match any animal, doesn't match any primate, doesn't match human.
It was acquired from what we believe to be a biologist in a private collection. He's had it for over 30 years. Allegedly, this person died. I'm not sure. Allegedly,
He found it in Washington, though.
Found it in Washington in a forest up North Washington.
So I'm planning, just so people know what I'm planning on doing. Dental experts, anthropologists are all going to have a say at this. But before I did that, I like to educate myself so I don't get BS'd. I don't like being BS'd by either lazy anthropologists, and that does have, it's human. And they don't even really examine it, right? They jump to conclusions. So I wanted to do my own due diligence. I studied every divot in the jaw. I wanted to see, is that a tooth divot or is that a nerve? Because there's a couple of obviously tooth sockets. And then there's a couple of divots that aren't tooth sockets, but they're for nerves and arteries in a jaw, right? And then there's the two ones at the bottom, the two holes at the bottom. Those are also lifelines for blood and nerves. But I'm talking about the ones in the actual where the teeth are. There's some divots.
And it's thick. To me, maybe it's just me, but it looks. Thick.
Well, what's thicker is the hinges, but they're not wide enough to be chimp. They're not wide enough to be gorilla. So they're very human-like in distance, but they're thicker. And it's like kind of it's like a missing link. It's between. It's quite interesting. But what I found the most interesting was the blocky teeth that I did forensically and placed the teeth where they belonged, where they were missing. And
that looked cool.
Are you
I'm not seeing an email here yet.
Did you send it to Jeff?
I sent it to your Facebook.
Messenger.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Messenger. Email.
Let me send it
here.
Okay. I'm gonna grab the other.
I was looking in.
Can I show your what you sent me, Doug?
Sure. Okay. There's the original jaw picture, and of course, I even started with AI trying to identify it, and it started to hallucinate, saying it was a pig jaw, and I'd send it a picture of a pig jaw. I was like, "Oh yeah, you're right." I love it when AI is like, "Oh yeah, you're right." It's not even close to a pig jaw. Then it would say, "Oh, it's a chimp." It's like it would say, "No, you're right. You're right. It's not a chimp jaw," and blah blah blah. And I was like, "The hell with it. I'm just going to work on reconstructing the teeth." And the best one is the far right lower.
I like that one. Yeah, to me that looks.
But
good.
let's do a zoom in on the best you can. I know
I can
on the first picture. Because that you see the two big holes.
Oh yeah,
for the
maybe go back to the original one. You might
the incisors. That's the way you got it. There's a broken molar on both on each side, so it has less molars than humans.
Right.
And then it's got a broken molar. Okay, so all there are is two holes that are empty. The front incisors.
Yeah,
that's
Isn't that
it.
Weird. Yeah.
So I reconstructed it and put them in. Now you can cut to that lower right picture, Jeff. If you look at the bottom, you see how wide those incisor teeth are.
Yeah, that's cool.
So I did that, and I did another attempt to the left of it, but felt I'd made the teeth too short. So I tried to balance everything the best I could.
Well, you can see the holes in the bottom. They're huge. I mean, they had to be big teeth.
Yeah. No, that's accurate on width. I believe it is. So now it's going to be interesting. At least I've got myself totally up to speed, and now when I start dealing with dentists, and I can refute if I hear bullshit.
Cool.
Pardon my French. If I hear something that's like you didn't even study it, really.
Yeah.
I hate that when I go to. And I found that with Monster Quest, I would call scientists to the mat that were, I knew they were just being lazy. I'd call them to the mat and they'd go, yeah, you're right. Oh, I better do it, whatever. Or they wouldn't do morphology even on a sample.
There you go.
And so anyhow, I'm trying to protect the integrity of this because I would hate to just take this, what could be a Sasquatch jaw that we maybe could even find, right? It's possible.
I think it's possible.
I mean, there's ways to do it because bone collectors are a tight knit group.
Yeah.
And there may be another bone collector that's going to know exactly where this is.
I plan on doing another FOIA now that I have some more information on this. I have, I knew that it happened or whatever, so I think I can go a little bit further. I know dates and stuff, so yeah, hopefully we can track down.
Okay, now somebody's asking Kenny, how wide is the back? We don't know. That's the only photo we have.
That's the one photo we have. It was one photo of it. Yeah.
But I've taken measurements as best I can because it's angled. But I can do. There's a lot you can do. Not a ton, but anyhow. So this does have a chance of being something unique. That's all I can say.
And again, it was owned by a biologist who
he knew what he was doing.
He's talking about. Yeah.
He collected it for a reason. Yeah. And it ended up in a FOIA document for a reason. So that's the first thing y'all need to listen to. Why was it in a FOIA document? Why was it hidden from us? And that's where I'm like pumped. I'm like, okay, there's a reason they hit it. Then we're going to just bring it to the light. So it's actually smart. We're airing this right now.
I think so. Yeah.
It's a smart thing.
Yeah. I don't want to get ahead of myself.
It's been nice knowing you. It's been nice knowing you, Eric. Anyhow.
And fade to black. That's it.
And fade to black. Man. And should I say that? I am not, you know what? I'm not going to say it. I'm not gonna, the phrase, I am not.
Yes. Yeah, I know what you're
Yeah. So we will have some definitive answers. And with with any luck, this would be a great little, I've got some other dental things that will be in Legend Meets Science too. This would be a nice addition because it also teaches people what can be done on these cases and that I don't know what the final conclusion will be, or if we can even get a final. But here it is. People say, well, you have no bones. Well, there's a possible bone. And why was it in a FOIA?
Yeah. They really wanted it. The agencies really wanted it. They're like, hey, bring it in.
And Kenny said it well. The books were used to scale. I did do that. Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
And thank God there's those books in the background that really help me a lot.
Yeah.
And it's going to help the next anthropologist that gets to study this. I'm planning on getting it to 3 different ones and then some dental people.
That'd be awesome. Yeah.
So we'll have some answers. So just give me a little time. I don't like to rush. I've been really thinking about it because it's like a grenade. It can go off in your hand if you're not careful.
Absolutely. I kind of learned that the hard way. I posted a picture of one of the folders from my book, and I got lit up. I just got everybody, it's fake. You stole this. This was already out before. And so I just took it.
Yeah, by the way, those could all be government bots too. That every one of those.
I didn't think about that. I did not think about
every one of those could have been government bots.
They excel at discrediting.
I have been studying the bot farms. I have been studying the bot farms. It's scary what's going on right now. There are bot farms everywhere.
Yeah.
And they have thousands of cell phones.
Yeah.
And they can hammer anybody, any topic. And it's crazy.
The AI agents. Yeah, it's terrible.
Yeah. So we're living in different times.
I didn't think about that. But yeah, you're right.
Don't take things too much to heart, right?
Yeah.
So with that, Eric, you definitely we had a great. I found it just like beyond fascinating.
Yeah.
And when I get off, I'll actually market the show a little bit.
Sweet. If you guys are interested, again, everything is in my book here. If you guys want, it's on Amazon, and
there's a link in it, and
it
give us the title.
The title is Bigfoot: The Redacted Truth.
There you go.
So
Bigfoot
it's
That's a
got
great title.
everything. Yeah, pretty much everything we talked about in here, and then some. So yeah,
My copy will
look
be
at it.
here Saturday.
Sweet, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Well, hang on. We're going to just run our wisdom. We'll be right back.
All right, coming right back.
It's now time for Untold Radio AM Wisdom of the Week. Don't wait to eulogize the living. Tell your people now what they mean to you. Assume nothing. Make the effort. Say it out loud. And remember to always give back kindness to the everyday people you meet. Good night. We hope to see you all next week. If you like the show tonight, please consider giving us a thumbs up, leaving a nice comment, and most of all, subscribing and hitting the bell so you will be notified when a new episode is dropping. Also, please share this episode. Now back to Doug and Jeff for our wrap.
And we're back.
I'm back too.
And Doug's back.
Yeah, we're all back. So thanks, everybody. We really appreciate it. Appreciate the wonderful chat. And we will be back next week. And again, the Minnesota Bigfoot Conference is this weekend. Anybody want
to see us? Come up to Rapids and see us. That'd be fun. Meet some people face to face.
And then make sure you get your tickets for the New York Bigfoot Conference. Our own Loretta Collins is hosting that with Mark DeWorth. So we will see y'all next week, and we'll be in touch this week, Eric.
Sweet.
All right.
Look forward to it.
Guys.
Thanks,
all right.
guys.
Good night.
All right. Good night, guys.
Good night.
I call you up in the middle of the night. Been bothered by dreams, ain't feeling alright. You give me comfort, say just give it some time. By the end of